Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Brought to you by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
3, 2, 1.
Get ready for Vero football. Christian FM Sports brings you the insights into the Fighting Indians. Now, the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
We are live from the Citrus Bowl and Billy Living's Field. It's playoff time as Vero looks to start the second part of the season. It's Lake Nona here tonight, and the time is now. Hey, Vero Nation, welcome to Countdown to Kickoff. The Indians wrapped up the regular season a couple of weeks ago with a lopsided win over Palm Bay, 49-0. Since then, it's been wait and see who we play in the first round of the playoffs and working to stay sharp with a week off. Lake Nona won their District 10 title and punched their ticket to the playoffs. This is a team that is coming off back-to-back losing seasons. The Lions have really turned things around and will be hungry for a playoff win. We are an hour away from kickoff in round one of the State Series playoffs. We got a lot to get to. Ahead of us, we'll check in with Gary Paris. He and I will talk a little bit about how we got here as Vero Beach and what the future may hold for the Fighting Indians. Bobby Paris is here with another episode of Women of the Fighting Indians, and we'll check in with Matt and Derek down on the field. But first, Matt's got Coach Janowski standing by to talk about Vero Beach football and getting set for tonight's contest. Matt?
Well, thanks, Paul. Well, Coach Jay, last time we talked, we were up at Palm Bay getting ready to play the Palm Bay Pirates. Vero comes away with a 49-0 win. Coach, what are your thoughts on that game? Offense, defense, what'd you walk away with?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was, obviously ended up being a lopsided score, but I think just as it pertains to us, I was very pleased with the way we approached that game. Our approach that week was to clean some things up, look at some of the, the details and the fine tuning of all three phases of the game. And I was pleased. We showed up and we got off to a big start. We had, multiple explosive plays on offense. Defense was very sound, and we got up early and got up big and were able to really get a lot of guys some playing time. I think if you just focus on the first half, we were able to hit on some big plays, work some different formations, use some guys, in some different spots, and again, continue to get good play and consistent play, more and more consistent play from key guys. I think, when you look at, the quarterback play and how that's improved steadily each week, and Champ continues to do, great things. He had another incredible game. I think 5 touchdown passes in the first half, and had a big night from EJ White at receiver, and moving him around and doing some different things to showcase his skill set. But again, there were we're getting good O-line play. So offensively, some good stuff happening there, and then defensively was again, I think we had them outmanned a little bit, and but our guys played well, tackled well, ran around well, and had some guys make some plays. Had a big pick six at the end of the half from our freshman Latravius Woods. Had another interception from Trevin Finney, and so we're getting guys involved, and again, it was a nice way to close out the regular season and take us into the playoffs.
Coach, let's talk about some stats. So we're at the end of the regular season before we get into the postseason here, and just get your thoughts of where the young man started and where he's finished up. Let's start with your quarterback, who ended up with 1,742 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions.
Well, the statistics are great, and Champ is a tremendous talent, but I don't know that the statistics actually even do that just. I mean, he's really, I had an opportunity to meet with some season ticket holders this week and ticket sales, and just kind of casual conversation, say, what do you like? How do you like the team? What do you like? And everybody wants to talk about Champ, and so he's been really become a little bit of a hometown kind of like folk hero, in a short amount of time, and that kind of comes with the position, as you guys know. Matt, you're a famous Vero Beach High School quarterback, former quarterback, and so So with that, and in all seriousness, there is his improvement has been more than steady. It's been amazing to me to watch week in and week out. I describe him and explain to people he's probably the best listener that I've ever been around. I mean, he really approaches things the right way. He stays focused. He understands his willingness to learn, his wanting to understand, and again, you combine that with his just God-given ability and the talent that he has, his size, his strength, his speed, all those things. He's just a lot of fun. So I think still, obviously the best is yet to come. We need another big game from him tonight, but. We talk about a couple stats with the quarterback play that are most important, and the one is in the win-loss in the win-loss column. And Champ will be the first to tell you that whatever it takes to win, he's willing to do that. We talk about completion percentage being a big thing, and then that touchdown to interception ratio. And so all those, he's checking all the boxes there.
Well, when we come back, we're going to get more from Coach Jay. We'll talk about our defense, maybe a little more offense. Like you said, I love that offense. We'll be right back.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy, to country fried steak and eggs, to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
On Point Dental Care of Vero Beach is a modern dental facility bringing dental care in the traditional sense. At On Point Dental Care, we utilize infection control techniques and the newest technologies to ensure our patients' oral health and well-being is tailored to their needs. Online at onpointdentalcare.com. We support the Fighting Indians.
Christian FM thanks SOS Pest Services, who know that Florida's warm climate means pests of all types, disrupting our comfort and lifestyle. When it's time to sound the alarm, SOS will send their technicians to promptly deal with the problem, so no more worries about unwanted guests. SOS Pest has a range of services tailored to meet individual needs, serving Orchid, Indian River Shores, North Hutchinson Island, and surrounding areas. Owned and managed by lifetime local pros. Online at sospestservices.com or 772-296-2966.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach Jay, let's stick with the offense. We were talking about Champ Mon's last segment. Let's switch over to the positions as far as receiver. Who's been one or two of your surprise receivers this year so far?
Yeah, well, I think the big thing, and I don't know if it's surprise or just really just the kind of the evolution of the whole receiver, the receiver position group, is that there are so many guys that have been big contributors to may not show up in individual stats as far as the ball being in their hands, but just establishing that depth and having I don't know I haven't looked at our team stats in a while, but I know that we've got a ton of guys that have caught passes and we've got I think 6 or 7 guys in double digits and with double digit receptions and multiple guys with receiving touchdowns. But I think, when you just look at it overall, I mean, obviously the play of Xavier Stinson has been, very, very consistent, and he's been a guy that can take the top off the coverage. He can really, hit his stride. He's got length. He's got size. He's continues to learn his craft, so to speak, and work at it. And he's another one that really, wants to understand and wants to get it all figured out on how to be the best that he can be. But obviously E.J. White is another guy that we've used all over the place, continues to do well on defense, but we need him as that offensive threat all the time, and so he's been good. I've been impressed with Jarvis Jacobs the last several weeks and how he's come along. Marcus Melbourne, obviously being a guy that's done some nice things for us. Austin Banzoff has, continued to work into the rotation and provide us with, some very, very key minutes, key plays, all those kinds of things. So those guys are all working in there. Latravius Woods, when he gets an opportunity to come over to offense, I feel like he's always going to be a threat. And those running backs, they continue to do some good things out of the backfield and, utilizing and showcasing their abilities as well.
Coach, and the neat thing about that is when I look at this stat sheet, you're talking about junior, freshman, sophomore, a lot of underclassmen. Now, I'm not sure if you have one senior that, besides the other Banzoff brother, that gets in and does some stuff. So that's pretty neat. Coach, let's switch sides to the defense and just some, not necessarily maybe your surprises, but just the guys who really were the keys to your defense so far this season.
Well, I think you'd start with some of the names that, whenever you talk about defense that we talk about each and every week. Obviously, TJ Alford's the big name, and he's kind of the quarterback of the defense, so to speak, the leader of the defense. But his counterpart there, Afion Rivers, that, those two guys at linebacker really provide us with a lot of. They've logged a lot of minutes. They, got a lot of leadership on and off the field in the weight room, all those kinds of things. Then you go down to the D-line, and we've got guys like Deuce Montgomery and a lot of athleticism and skill set. In the secondary, we've talked about E.J. White and obviously the little Trey, doing what he's done. And then some experience back there as well with Brian Carter and some of those other guys. And I think when you look at the three levels of our defense and you start down at the bottom with the D-line, we've got a lot of guys, and Coach Bethel has done a great job over the years of establishing that depth throughout the season with that rotation that we use, keeping guys fresh. But what it does as the year continues and you get deep into your season, those guys go from being maybe quote unquote backups or rotational guys to have been experienced, and then when the time becomes even more critical. They're well versed. They're guys that have been battle tested, so to speak. So that's been a big thing for us, and I think just figuring out how to practice and work those guys on both sides has been important for us. We've had multiple guys at linebacker other than the two we mentioned, and then our secondary has been a little bit of a rotational deal as well, with using some guys that have worked on both sides of the ball, but then getting some key minutes from guys like Trevin Finney and Jackson Rahal and some of those guys that have rotated in and started the year in backup roles, but we've learned to count on them a lot more as the season's progressed.
Well, that's Coach Janowski. And, Coach, it is playoff time. When we come back, we're going to get you to help us break down the bracket that Vero's in. We'll be right back.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Fighting Indians football, where they rise above the rest. We thank PDK Roofing, a committed team that strives to do the same. A Christian family that says no job is too big or small for any residential and commercial roofing need. PDK Roofing is licensed and insured, and they stay up to date with what the insurance companies require. PDK Roofing, 772-528-0113.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach Jay, it is playoff time, and that means brackets. So if you don't mind, can you break down our brackets, start with the top and work your way down?
Yeah, so I think probably as most of our fans know that, 8 teams qualify, and And so the way the seeding works is the highest ranked team according to their power rankings. The number 1 seed will play number 8, and 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5, and it works that way. And so it's just starting at the top of the bracket with the 1-8 game. Palm Beach Central against Fort Pierce Central. I think Palm Beach Central finished the season 9-1, and so they, obviously had a great season and very talented. We've seen them, several years ago in the playoffs, and so fairly familiar with where they're what to if you close your eyes what it's going to look like. You're fairly familiar with that, and of course Fort Pierce Central is the 3rd team from our district to make it into the regional. So we've got a pretty good understanding of those guys. And I think just to start with, I think that the way our bracket is set up, I do anticipate there being some potential upset, so to speak, where somebody could knock off somebody that may be a little lower ranked or seated a little lower. This game in particular, it's just tough to tell. Central's coming off a county rival game, and they're in the Fort Pierce Central, I should say. I better get more specific. We got Central versus Central, but Fort Pierce Central's coming off a tough loss to a county rival in Fort Pierce Westwood. I think a lot depends on how they bounce back from that situation, and then not being a district champ, you're trying to figure out and predict, where are we going to fall? Just putting myself in their coach's, situation. Where are we going to fall? How do you keep your kids together during that, quote unquote bye week as they look into the playoffs? Palm Beach Central, on the other hand, district champs, know they're in there, kind of locked up that number 1 seed. So I'm fairly certain it wasn't as difficult to keep those guys focused, but. Always impressed with Fort Pierce Central's coaches. I think they'll have their team ready. They'll definitely have prepared. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Then the way the bracket's set up is the 4-5 game would play the winner of that game. And of course, we're in the 4-5 game. We're seeded 4th. Lake Nona seeded 5. 2 district champs playing each other. Not the typical first round bracket, but we as we always say, I think that you got to play them sooner or later as long as you can stay in it, and so just as soon get to it earlier than later, and we know we'll have our hands full and some challenges there, so I'm sure we'll get to talk about that at length in the next segment. But moving on to the next side, and that's the 2-7 game, and that's going to be between Dr. Phillips and we just call them Toho. They've got a longer name that if you have a doctorate degree, you'll probably be able to pronounce it a little better. So I'll let Matt pronounce that. But Dr. Phillips, I think, is one of those teams in our region that we've obviously have not that we've done a deep dive into those guys or anything, but they've been a force to be reckoned with for a long time, and they'll be talented. I have had an opportunity to look at Toho a little bit just because they're one of the teams that were in Lake Nona's district. So in watching and scouting Lake Nona a little bit, you do a little cross-reference to what Toho looks like. So my prediction there, which I'm not, but if I were looking at the Vegas line, I would say that Dr. Phillips is a decent favorite in that game. And then the 3-6 game is to me is very, very intriguing because it features Treasure Coast going down and traveling to Jupiter. Both those teams are at-large teams. Neither are district champs. But Treasure Coast will have to travel to Jupiter because they're the lower seed. Treasure Coast ended up being the 6th seed. I just really believe, I've seen it year after year, that Treasure Coast is a team that is very difficult to prepare for. I think Jupiter, from what I understand, has kind of made their living this year with their defense. Their defense will have have their hands full in preparing for Treasure Coast single wing offense. And again, I think we talked about this in weeks past. I've been impressed with Treasure Coast defense this year. So. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least a very, very close game, and it wouldn't shock me to for that game to end up with a Treasure Coast win.
Well, that was a mouthful, Coach. You weren't even looking at the screen or anything. That was pretty impressive. But it is playoff time, and we're excited, and we do have a 4-5 matchup. We're going to get with Coach when we come back about that game.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and fourth-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com, serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach Janowski, tonight we take on the 5th seed, although they are the district champs, Lake Nona. They are 7-3. And interesting, their total yards about equal with us, around 2,600 plus yards. They're coming 1,300 run, 1,300 plus pass.
Yeah, and I mean, as you mentioned, probably like a lot of our fans, a lot of our listeners, I myself didn't know a whole lot about Lake Nona going into this thing. Not a team that I've coached against or played against. Not even a team that I've, a lot of times we'll have common opponents or something like that. So really, had none of that with Lake Nona. And so when you see the name and you don't have a lot of familiarity. I think you naturally form some sort of perception, and so I wasn't really knowing what to expect. And then after doing, obviously a deep dive into these guys, I can assure you that they've certainly earned my respect. You mentioned them being a district champ, being in the Orlando area where it's a football hotbed and there's plenty of talent to go around. Obviously, those guys finishing the season 7-3, and we talked about them being fairly similar to us in how their seasons have gone. They where we came up short in our first 3 games and then got on a roll. They lost 2 of their first 3 and then got in. Then obviously you mentioned the similarity in statistics and offensive statistics, and they've had a couple shutouts here at the tail end of their season. So really just a lot of things that jump out at you that are similar to some of what we've experienced this season. So I think just as for our fans or, even as I approach it, I think if I were, some kind of forecaster or was predicting something, I would think that this game would look a lot like a 4 or 5 game is supposed to look, pretty evenly matched. They've got some, we've got some things that obviously we're concerned about as far as, so the challenges, so to speak. Some things that jump out at you are their dual threat quarterback. He's got, I think, 2 or 3 years experience as a starter. He's a multi-sport athlete where he, also a big track guy, so he can beat you through the air with his feet. Those guys are always very, very concerning, as our defense prepares for something like that. They do a very good job of running the football using that H-back, which is, just kind of an athletic, more natural kind of fullback, and it gives them a deceptive look into a 2-back offense, and still with some shotgun spread look and feel to it. So again, all those concerns, they're able to get into some RPOs and do some things there with the run-pass option. So their offense presents, some problems to us. Defensively speaking, as our offense prepares for their defense, the things that jump out at you are, the first thing is their D-line, and they really get after it. And I think, there's no weakness on that D-line. I mean, the guys that show up on film are all over the place. They really kind of dictate their defense, allow their linebackers to they've got two very good linebackers inside that run to the ball and make a bunch of tackles. And obviously, if you're able to put pressure and cause offense's problems with that front, then it allows that secondary to play and do the things that they're looking to do. So, and then you go to the special teams, and they've got a very, very good kicker. The majority of the time you watch him kicking the ball off, he's kicking the ball into the end zone, allows them to play with field position and do all those things right. So I think they have the formula to have a district championship type football team, a successful season, a regular season. So, as this plays out, the challenges, throughout this week and a half are there for us. I can just hope that as they, prepare for us, they have some of the same challenges that they're looking at.
Well, it is a 4-5 matchup. This is basically a round 2 matchup, 2 district champs, but fans, you get it in round 1. Coach, as always, we appreciate you sitting down with us. We'll let you get back to the players. We'll be right back.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, hey there, Vero Nation. It's Paul Tipton along with Gary Parrish, and welcome to the playoffs 2024. And it's kind of funny. It seems like just a couple of weeks ago we were just getting this season started, and here we are now in postseason play. And Gary, Vero Beach did what it needed to do to win a district title, number one, and number two, earn enough ranking points to earn their ticket here in the postseason.
And that's a major point. Anytime you start the season, you go to your coach will put up on the board our goals for the season. 1 is to go undefeated, 2 is to win the district, and 3 is to be in the playoffs at home. And so we got 2 out of the 3 winning our district, and we got the playoff game at home here. And that's important for our team because you got your crowd. Your first game of the playoff is at home. You don't have to go on the road, and it means a lot to the players, coaches, and to our fans.
Yeah, and speaking of crowd, if you can look over my shoulder, you can see our home stands over there, and we're missing a few people. So I don't know if you're thinking that the game starts at 7:30. It does not. They actually got special permission to start this game at 7 o'clock. So if you're planning on being at the game and thinking it's 7:30, you might want to up the schedule just a shade here. Gary, last time we saw Vero Beach out on the field, it was on the road at Palm Bay. They won that game 49-0. That game was decided pretty quick in the first 2-3 possessions. We were off to the races. The offense looked sharp.
Yeah, they did, and they were supposed to win. That was a game that Palm Bay struggled all year. They struggled to win games, and they, I don't think they won a game.
They did not.
They were 0-10, and I felt bad for them, but I think also Coach Jay in the second half of the game, he pulled a lot of kids, got everybody to play and all like that. But it was a game where you were supposed to go out and you played. And we did. We played to win, and we got it over with early. And the most important thing was we came away with no injuries.
Yeah, no kidding. And then, because of Hurricane Milton, the state extended the regular season by almost a week. Vero Beach decided not to try to throw in an extra game in there to make it a 10-game season. So we finished with 9 games. So they've had, in 3 weeks, they've only played 1 ball game.
Yeah, that was Palm Bay 2 weeks ago. And so your question will be, and I will like to see, my question will be that how eager are we, how ready we are, how coach is going to work them. I think our team has got a great mental attitude about playing in the playoffs, and I think they look forward to the opportunity of playing, Paul, and I think it's important that they come in with this upbeat, real positive type of attitude where they're going to come in and they're at home and they're going to win.
Yeah, I think the interesting part about this is, everybody gets into a routine of things.
Yep.
And when you're ready to, from Sunday all the way to Thursday, you've got your schedule set up of how you're going to practice, film study, all those things, and then Friday, obviously, play your ball game. And when that gets interrupted, then you kind of go, all right, what are we doing here? What are we supposed to be doing? Are we supposed to be on the field? What are we doing? Are we supposed to be in the film room? What's going on? And, of course, when you're not playing a game, then you got to go, okay, are we actually ready for game speed?
Yeah, and that's important part of the game is game speed, because it's hard to get game speed in practice at this time of the year. You want to get your legs fresh. You want to let guys heal up. It's not as important so much about the speed of the game as it is healing, getting guys that have got bruises all over them. And you go ahead and you play a preseason game and you play 9 regular season games, and you're beat up somewhere. Everybody's got some pains all around. And I think what they do is they work hard, and then they know how to take a break. They know how to work it. These coaches really have been, you and I had a chance to talk with Lenny at Coach's Corner at Caps on Tuesday, and he's explained to us what he was trying to get done with his athletes all week.
Yeah.
It was to implement the game plan, get them to understand the defense that we're playing against, and they know how to run the routes. They just got to know now who they're playing and get into the film and being able to reenact on the field against the opponent, the defense, and the opponent's offense.
Gary, it's been an interesting road for Vero Beach. They started out losing the first 3 ball games. Now they've won their last 6 ball games. They've definitely got momentum on their side right now.
Yeah, and it's really funny when we look back. People were saying, what has happened to Vero Beach? What has happened? We've never lost 3 games before.
Now they're saying, what has happened to Vero Beach?
Yeah, and what has happened to Vero Beach now? We've won 6 straight games in a row. So, you're going to go through cycles, and people forget about the first 3 games, how young we were. How young we were out there. The lack of experience at key positions and the youth we had out there, and it came together.
It did. It did. And I think, what'll be interesting now, Gary, as we enter into postseason, how much does this pay off for Vero Beach playing such a strong schedule and playing the tough teams early like they did?
I think we saw it the rest of the season. They were not intimidated by anybody they played after that. They had already faced the Giants. We beat Booker T, which is a solid team.
Indeed.
That told me right there. That was the other barometer. We had circled those first 3 games and Booker T. The hardest schedule Vero's probably ever had in one season.
Yep.
And when we came back and beat Booker T and blocked that field goal attempt for them to win the game, or to tie it, rather, and it was a huge victory for Vero Beach at that time. That was huge. The kids earned it. They felt like they were there, and Paul, it carried on to the rest of the games we played the last few weeks.
It certainly did. And a little bit later, I'm going to do a little rundown of the playoff bracket, and in particular, go over all of the opponents that we've played. And it'll be interesting for you to see how many of our opponents are in postseason play this season. So we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a bit. But first, we're going to step aside. Gary and I will come back, talk a little bit about our opponent tonight, Lake Nona. The Lions coming in here 7-3 and a district champ. We'll talk more about them when we come back. Countdown to kickoff continues here at your Christian FM.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Masters Academy has excelled in biblical worldview education from pre-K through 12th grade since 1998. Alongside their quality college prep education, Masters Academy offers multiple self-paced high school programs, blending academic education with specialized trade skills. Masters Academy is located at the corner of 58th Avenue and 12th Street in Vero Beach. For more information about obtaining a Christ-centered education, contact Masters Academy at info@mastersvb.org.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, we're getting set for the region quarterfinal here tonight, otherwise known as round one of the state series playoffs. Now, there are 4 regions, and I'll do a little more explanation about this in just a little bit, but we got 4 regions. Vero Beach is in region number 3, and tonight's matchup has Vero Beach at the 4th seed taking on Lake Nona at the 5th seed. Now, Gary, these Lions from Lake Nona come in here 7-3. Coach David Aubry was at Dr. Phillips, came over from Dr. Phillips. Now, the Lions have had back-to-back losing seasons, and this year they've really turned it around, and the anchor is that defense.
Their defense is only giving up around 14 points a game, and that tells you a little bit about how good their defense has been. And their offense is only scoring somewhere around 20, I think 24 and points a game, but their defense has been their key. That's the factor for them. Even in all their big wins and everything, their defense was the margin of difference in those games a lot.
Yeah, they come in with 35 sacks as a team and 20 takeaways.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And you got one young man that's got 16 and a half sacks by himself. So, again, Gary, it's going to be up to that offensive line to give Champ Mons time to be able to throw the ball.
Well, you know that, and you know if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm going to get me a freshman, even though he's a full-season freshman quarterback. I'm going to find out how good he is, how fast he can get rid of the ball out of his hands. I'm going to test that. I'm going to blitz. I'm going to stunt. So that means that you've got to be able to allow your running game. Your running game really puts you in a good position, because if you can successfully run, they can't afford then to blitz all the time from the to try to get to the quarterback, because you're losing tacklers in a position. You're losing some key players when you blitz like that, and you pick it up good and you're running the ball. But they're going to test us. They're going to come after Champ Mons, and they're going to, again, as their strength of their talent has been their defense. But I also think we got a good defense and we got a really good offense.
Yeah, the Lions, again, come in here 7-3. Their 3 losses, Coe, Dr. Phillips, and Winter Park. Now, their 7 wins, every team except for one has a losing record. The only one with a winning record is Toho, who's also in our bracket. They go 6-4. So I don't know if you can make much out of that. You know, we base a lot of things on our bracket about strength of schedule. For them, they earned a 5th spot.
Yeah, they did. And again, when you get to the 4th and 5th in your bracket, that's pretty close. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're supposed to be, you may only be a few points away from reversing it.
Right.
The big difference is that we won our district, they won their district, but we were also the higher seed, so we got to have the home game.
We did. And when you talk about it being close as a 4th and 5th seed, well, it doesn't just stop there. Statistically speaking, these teams match up pretty well.
They do, and I'm going to tell you right now, they got a quarterback, Michael Dove, that is a dual-threat quarterback. He missed a game with one injury. He's played in 9 games, but he's got 1,181 yards passing. He's got 306 yards rushing. He is a dual-threat quarterback. They've got a good running game, and they've got some good receivers out there that can make some big plays too for them. So, but their big strength is on defense. I mean, you look at the defensive stats, Paul, and those guys are, like you said, they got 20 takeaways. I mean, what'd you say, 35 sacks?
35 sacks. That's led by DeAnthony Lafayette, who's got 16.5 sacks. And then you got Anthony Marino, who leads the team in tackles with 95 tackles.
Those guys, I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm on offense, I'm going to be looking for number 8, and I'm going to be looking for number 7. Number 8 and number 9.
Yeah.
I'd look at your numbers there. And those are the 2 guys that I'm going to keep my eyes on. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to find those 2 guys too when are up in the booth. They're looking. You better find out where 8 and 9 are at all times.
And if you do that, Gary, there's a chance you may miss number 10, Khalid Felice, because he's got 7 sacks on the season as well. So, they've got some guys on defense, and it will be a challenge for sure for our offense. Yep. No doubt about it. All right, Gary, let's break it down for Vero Beach's offense. What do you think are keys for the offense tonight?
Got to establish a run game. We need to get our running game in sync. When we came out last week or 2 weeks ago, and we threw every play was a pass play almost. And again, but I think also is that we've got to be able to balance it. We've got to be able to be a balanced attack. Not an RPO type team, but a balanced run and a balanced pass. We've got some really good receivers, outstanding height, fast, speed, good hands. So I think there's a lot of ways we can attack their defense. They're going to come at us, so that means you've got to get rid of the ball fast. Champ's got to get the ball out of his hands. He can't take a lot of time. It means it's going to be tough to go deep and go vertical at times. You just got to be able to keep it. He's going to have to pick up that blitz man and try to hit his hot receiver. Every play, every time you see that blitz, there's a hot. Whether it's the running back, it could be your quick out, or it could be a quick hitch. Mm-hmm. Those are the guys you've got to find that hot receiver, because these guys will come at you. Defensively, man, you just got to play like you have been playing.
Yeah.
I mean, our defense has been awesome in the second half of the season. It's like Bill Mata has turned the lights on. They understand, and they switched it on, and they have played just outstanding football the second half of the season.
All right, folks. Well, we're getting set for the region quarterfinal here. It is Lake Nona here at the Citrus Bowl to take on Vero Beach tonight, round 1 of the State Series playoffs. We'll have more. We're going to check in with the guys on the field when we come back. It's countdown to kickoff here at your Christian FM.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizzas, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277, or capspizzamenu.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Vero Nation, Vero Beach is in the postseason. Round 1 is not too far away as we're about 20 minutes or so from kickoff here at the Citrus Bowl in Billy Livings Field. Paul and Gary here up in the booth. The guys on the sideline tonight, Dr. Matt Paris and Derek West. And let's take a look at that defense first. And Derek, you got a mobile quarterback here in Dove. It's going to be a real challenge for that defense because you got to respect both the pass and the run.
Fantastic player in number 7, Michael Dove, a senior quarterback, accounting for 16 touchdowns, 10 by the air and 6 on the ground. Really, really good player. Ran for 500 yards so far this year, passed for just a little bit south of 1,200 yards. A guy that really likes to run first. A lot of RPO stuff that you're going to see tonight. They have some really good guys on offense. Malik Allen, their running back, number 0, fantastic player. Jacob Soup Colazo, number 80, a fantastic receiver. Number 3, Cole Emmanuel. All great players really tonight for Lake Nona. When it comes to defending them, this is really one of the first games of the year where we've had a legitimate dual threat guys. We've had guys that could run and guys that could throw, but really when you get a guy that can run and throw, it creates a whole different ball of wax. I look tonight to have Bobby Burbick and Tristan Davis, really for us, number 85 and number 14, really going to be instrumental in this game, our defensive ends. And the reason why is because when you've got a quarterback like this guy, Dove, that really runs the ball, your defensive ends dictate a lot of times where he's going to run to. And if you're really scared to get him outside on the corner and kind of get into the boundaries, you really don't want to pinch a lot with your defensive ends. You kind of want to rush upfield. And I feel like tonight that's our best way of containing him, because if our defensive ends can rush upfield, it kind of forces their running game into the heart of our defense, and our linebackers can really make some tackles. So tonight, when you're looking for a key for our defense, it's really going to be how our defensive ends play without necessarily being involved in the tackle, because where they rush tonight is going to really dictate how well we're going to stop their offense. And so I think that's going to be a key game, a note tonight. But what a great atmosphere. The crowd's here, the bands are going, the wind's blowing, a cool night, and looking ready for a great football game tonight, guys.
All right, Derek, I appreciate that. It's going to be interesting to watch this defense, and I think in particular to key in on the third down efficiency. If Vero Beach can get that offense off the field, it's less likely to score points, obviously. So that'll be key through the course of this ball game, third down efficiency. All right, turn to the other side of the ball, offense. Man, we got a freshman quarterback that we've had so many accolades and adjectives about to describe him. It's been a great season, but it's postseason time now, and this is a different ball game.
It really is, and the hype is going to be there. He knows it is, but he's, like you said, he's got 9 games underneath him, and this isn't your typical freshman quarterback. This isn't your typical freshman anything. This kid right here, you can just see it. The confidence is there, but not a cocky confidence. This kid is just he's confident in his ability to look what the coaches want him to do and be able to do it. There's a trust factor that he's got with Coach Janowski, and you can see that big time. And he's going to have to lean on that tonight against Lake Nona.
Matt, one thing to note is, as Derek mentioned, it is windy out there tonight. We haven't really had a windy kind of game. I wonder how this is going to affect the offense.
Well, it's definitely going to affect it a little bit, especially when you look at the punting game and the kickoff game. But I was watching pregame, Paul. Both of these quarterbacks can flat spin it. When you're talking about throwing a football, if you got a little wobble in there, which most high school kids do, that the wind is really going to mess with it. But when you spin it as well as these two guys, and I love the way that Champmont spins it, it just knifes right through the wind, and it's not going to play as a big factor as if saying, like, I was going to throw it with a little bit of wobble.
You got to wonder, too, Matt. We talked about the Lions quarterback in Dove. He's a dual-threat quarterback. We don't necessarily look at Champmont as a dual-threat quarterback, but statistically speaking, he's your leading passer, obviously, but he's also your leading rusher. So in a lot of ways, he is your dual-threat quarterback. You got to wonder what that defense is thinking.
Oh, there's no doubt. If I'm their coach, I am absolutely looking at him as a dual-threat quarterback. We've seen his speed that he's actually had when he's able to break through it. We've seen what Coach Jankowski's able to do, get the numbers, bring in the running back to make a block, and use this guy who is 6'3", 200 pounds, even though he's a freshman. That's bigger than most high school players. So, yeah, I would. If I'm Lake Nona, if I'm the defensive coordinator, there's 100% I'm seeing him as a dual-threat quarterback, and I've got to keep someone on him, keep him honest.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Derek, we'll be checking in with those guys through the course of the ball game. Always good to have them down there on the field. All right, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to get a playoff roundup. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what the bracket looks like, and particularly, we're going to look at the opponents that we played this year. Where did they measure up, and how does that affect Vero Beach's strength of schedule? We'll talk more about that as we continue with Countdown to Kickoff here at your Christian FM.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Headquarters Barbershop is a locally owned and operated barbershop and a proud supporter of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM sports, offering haircuts, beard trims, shampoos, massages, and more. From the kids' first haircut to adults looking for a trim, HeadquartersBB.com for online booking makes it easy to schedule your next haircut. Headquarters Barbershop, open Tuesday through Saturday, HeadquartersBB.com. Headquarters Barbershop is a locally owned and operated barbershop and a proud supporter of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM sports, offering haircuts, beard trims, shampoos, massages, and more. From the kids' first haircut to adults looking for a trim, HeadquartersBB.com for online booking makes it easy to schedule your next haircut. Headquarters Barbershop, open Tuesday through Saturday, HeadquartersBB.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back as we continue to count down to kickoff, getting ready for week one of the postseason, round one, or the region quarterfinal. A lot of different ways to say it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how the playoff system works, let me give you a rundown so you kind of have a good idea of what to expect over the next several weeks. The last two seasons, schools were divided by two categories, metro or suburban. This past offseason, the FHSAA changed the categories to the older system we knew with classifications 1A through 7A. Now, Vero Beach is grouped into 7A, which is the largest class determined by school enrollment size. The postseason bracket is set up by two main factors, district champ and power rankings. The power ranking is based off several items, including strength of schedule. So while some teams in the playoffs may not have a winning record, their strength of schedule was strong enough to get them in. Vero had one of the highest strength of schedules, but also captured the district title. But the win-loss record of Vero Beach overall placed them at number 4 in the bracket. Looking at Vero's regular season opponents, 8 of the 10 teams scheduled to play this season made postseason this year. Looking at O'Galley, our week 1 opponent, they went 9-1 on the season. They're the district champ, and they're in the 3A bracket. Buchholz, 7-3, got an at-large berth, meaning they didn't win the district champion, but they're number 2 in their respective 6A bracket. Homestead, 4-4 on the season, at-large berth into the playoffs, also in the 6A bracket in the southern region. Heritage out of Palm Bay, 5-5, district champ, and they're in the 5A bracket. Booker T. Washington, 7-2, district champ, they're in the 2A bracket. Treasure Coast, 3-6, got an at-large berth, they're in our region and also our bracket in the 7A. Rockledge, a team we didn't get a chance to play because of Hurricane Milton. That game got canceled, but that was on our original schedule. Rockledge went 6-3 this year. They're the district champ, and they're in the 4A bracket. Now, the playoff brackets have 32 teams for round 1. It is divided by 4 regions with 8 teams per region. Vero is a 7A school, so we are grouped in Region 3. Here are the 8 teams in our bracket. Starting with the number 1 seed in Region 3 for Class 7A, it is Palm Beach Central. That's a team that we played a few years ago in the postseason. They're the number 1 seed in our respective region. Now, they're set to play tonight. They'll take on the number 8 seed, which is Fort Pierce Central, and that game's going to be played in Palm Beach. The number 2 seed is Dr. Phillips out of Orlando, and they're going to play the number 7 seed, that is Toho, a team that's also in the Orlando area. The number 3 seed is Jupiter. They play the number 6 seed, Treasure Coast. That game will be played at Jupiter High School. And, of course, the number 4 seed is Vero Beach. Vero plays the number 5 seed, Lake Nona, here in Vero Beach. After round 1, it will be 16 teams, then 8 teams, 4 teams, 2 teams, and then 1 team obviously wins the championship. But you have 1 team per region that make up the final 4. Now, the championship game will be played at FIU Stadium in mid-December. To win it all, you have to win 5 games, and it starts tonight with round 1. Vero Beach taking on Lake Nona here in postseason play, round 1 or the region quarterfinal. We'll get set with more action right after this.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I am Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our varsity football players. My guest this evening is the beautiful Sherry Mons, mother of our amazing freshman quarterback. He is number 7, so tell us about yourself.
Thank you for that great introduction. I was born and raised in Sanford, North Carolina. It's a small city. It's about 45 minutes south of the capital, Raleigh. I attended Lee County Senior High School. After high school, I went to college. I attended the best HBCU in the country, North Carolina Central University. Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
In Durham. And there I majored in business. I'm currently employed at Indian River State College. I am married to wonderful Mons III. He is a native Floridian, so that's just how I ended up here in Florida. We have one daughter, Naya Mons. She is 18 years old. She's a freshman at FAMU in Tallahassee.
How many years, then, have you been a football mom?
I think this is my 9th year. Champ started when he was about 6 years old, and he's always been the biggest kid in his age group. So we put him on the team with it was against 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. Needless to say, the first year he played, we were 0-10. We did not win a single game. So I was for sure that, I was going to finally get him into basketball because that's what I played.
Right.
But this kid fell in love with the game of football.
Well,
he wanted to play. So, the next year his dad started coaching him, and, as they say, the rest is history.
So how do you keep the Mons household organized?
I think this may be my easiest year. For the last 3 years, where my daughter's been in high school, she's played volleyball and basketball, while Champ was in youth football. So because they were in fall and winter sports together, their schedules always collided. His dad and I always had to split duties. So he would either be taking him to football practice while I was taking her or going to one of her games. So now that Naya's in college, and his dad is, like you said, he's making that commute back and forth to Vero, I just have to show up on Friday night. So I just have to make sure I'm in place.
Do you have a time when you like to make it just family time?
We usually don't have a lot of time during the week, but we try to at least have like a big breakfast together or brunch together on the weekend. So either Saturday or Sunday morning, we'll try to get together and make time for breakfast.
That's good. And do you find conversation always seems to get around football?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's always 90% of the conversation is football.
I can imagine. So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
Live from the Citrus Bowl at Billy Living's Field, it is the 2024 region quarterfinal game. The Lake Nona Lions and your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. The Friday night lights are on, and it is game time. Hey, Vero Nation, along with Gary Paris, I'm Paul Tipton, and welcome to Fighting Indians Football. Proud to bring you our 28th season of Indians football, and it's presented by Cafe 66. You've got the District 10 champ and the District 11 champ meeting here tonight at the Citrus Bowl. The 4th seed in Vero Beach, the 5th seed in Lake Nona. And we're so glad and happy that you are here to join us here tonight. Shout out to all of Vero Nation here as we're set to cheer on our boys. Lake Nona won the toss. They deferred, so they're going to kick off. And before it ever gets started,
the official never blew the whistle.
So, psych. False start here.
Yeah, the official has to blow the white hat has to blow the whistle to let him know it's in play.
So as said, Lake Nona won the toss. They deferred for the second half, so they're going to kick off to Vero Beach. Vero's wearing all red tonight. Lake Nona, white jerseys, blue pants, dark helmets. Kick is up. It's returnable at the 10. 15, 20, and upended around the 25-yard line. So Vero Beach will get a start from their 25, first down and 10, led by their freshman quarterback, Champ Mons, 6'3", 200 pounds, freshman. He's thrown for 1,742 yards, 20 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, completed 70% of his passes on the season, and he's got a quarterback rating of 117.4. He's also the leading rusher on the team with 92 carries, 320 yards, and 6 touchdowns. First down and 10 for the Indians. They're going to set up 3 receiver set, 2 backs in the backfield. And Mons from the gun. Now receiver back in motion, and that's E.J. White with the pass out of the backfield. Turns it upfield, and he gets a big first down for Vero Beach. Good 12-yard, 13-yard gain.
And they were blitzing on that play. You saw the receiver, the running back goes in motion that time. Now he becomes the leading blocker to the outside. That's Lansford becomes the leading blocker on the outside. White comes back to meet the pass, gets it, and picks up the first down.
Picked up 13. That's a game day Men's Health first down for the Fighting Indians. Ball now at the 37-yard line. Mons, he's looking to throw. Rolling out, got pressure coming. Finds Lansford out of the backfield. Josh turns it upfield. He's at midfield. 45 and down near the 40-yard line, and another game day Men's Health first down.
That was a screen by design, and it was a beautiful job by Champ Mons. He looks one way, rolls back to the other, and they come flying up to get him. He dumps the ball off. Nice catch by Lansford, and he picks up the first down, 23 yards.
Josh gets his 21st reception on the season, and a big one. Gets Vero Beach a first down, and movement's going to move the Indians back.
Yeah, you sometimes these linemen, they get up there, they're in the early part of the game. You know this by talking to them. Their adrenalines are flying right now, and they want to get after it. They've had 2 plays, 2 first downs, and now all of a sudden you're behind the chain, brings up 1st and 15. These are the penalties that you don't like to have.
That'll move the ball back to the Lions' 46-yard line. 1st and 15. Trips on the left side. Single receiver on the right is Stinson. Handoff's going to go to Lansford. Lansford with a couple of shifty moves gets past the 40-yard line.
He got the penalty yards +1, so it's going to bring up 2nd and about 9. But a nice little play right up the middle. He got in right in behind Corbin Phillips and Ben Hall on that play, and he just did a great job of following those guys. And Deuce Montgomery also did a really good job blocking.
2nd and 8 at the Lion 39-yard line. opening drive of this ball game. Banzoff in motion. He's going to get the swing pass. Got a good block, trying to turn it upfield. And he'll get to about the 37-yard line, pick up about 2.
A little swing pass again, bringing him on motion, and he was able to avoid that first defender who I thought had a shot at him, and he does a great job avoiding him, picks up a couple yards on that, brings up 3rd and 6, 7.
Yeah, we got a break too, boy, because he lost the ball. I think he was down by contact.
He was down.
Boy,
yeah.
Hang on to the ball. That's going to be key tonight. Stay ahead on the plus side for the turnover category tonight. 3rd and 6 for Vero Beach. Design run for Mons. He's got a run on the right side. He's got enough for a first down. What a nice sweep play for the Fighting Indians.
Yeah, that's almost like the Philadelphia push-cush, but it's to the right side. Our guys lined up. We pull a guard, and we do everything to get guys out there, and they've got a nice push on everything, and we got the first down.
That is a game day men's health first down for Vero Beach to the 21-yard line, pickup of 16. Melbourne in motion. Fake, it's a handoff. Oh, no, keeper. Wow, what a fake there. Stinson gets it on the end around.
Boy, that was,
took a shot near the line.
Yeah, that could have been easily a penalty there called. And I really
there was a lot of eye candy there, Gary.
Yeah, there was. There was too much for you and I to even. I had no idea Stinson was going to get that ball on that play.
Picked up 1 yard. 2nd and 9. The ball resting at the Lions' 20-yard line. This drive started from Vero Beach's 25-yard line, and that brings us to a red zone alert brought to you by First and Goal Home Inspections. Little shift as Young will drop back to the backfield. Gets the handoff off the right side. Jannard off the right side. He's going to score. Touchdown, Vero Beach.
Oh, what a great misdirection play that was by the quarterback and the running back and the offensive line. Give them the credit on this one, folks. Besides Young's ability, he had a great block up front by Champ Smith, and you saw the big Deuce lay out a block there, and he found a hole and a touchdown.
20-yard run for Young. Kynes puts the ball up, and it's no good. So, missed extra point makes it a 6-0 lead for the Fighting Indians.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass. 75 yards, 7 plays, 20-yard run by Jannard Young. Vero Beach leading 6-0. The score and drive brought to you by McCall Insurance Agency as the kickoff returnable. But what coverage by the Fighting Indians, only to the 15-yard line.
How about T.J. Alford coming flying down there as making a hit on that play?
So that brings out the offense for Lake Nona, and that's led by Michael Dove. He's thrown for 1,181 yards. He's rushed for 306 yards. 10 touchdowns through the air, 6 on the ground. And the Lions will start from their own 15, down by 6. 3 receiver set. Little quick pass on the right side. Was looking for a little screen over on the right side, but the receiver drops the ball, and it's now 2nd and 10.
Now, that was a good play. Now, they had man-to-man blocking out there, wide receiver versus the corner on that play, and that's Jackson out there, and Jackson was able to get by the defender and blocker, rather, but he dropped the ball.
2nd and 10. Handoff is stuffed. Wow, what a play. Deuce in the middle.
That was a handoff, I believe, or attempted handoff. Lost 5 yards on that as Deuce Montgomery, Big Deuce, as they call him.
Well, he just shot up from that defensive line and made the tackle for a loss. 5-yard loss makes it 3rd and 15. Back at the 10-yard line. Lake Nona going to send 2 receivers on either side. Dove, he wants to throw. He's got a receiver. He caught it, shakes one tackle, but too much pursuit, and it will not be enough for a first down.
He's going to be about a yard, looks like a yard or 2 short on that play.
And took a little bit, but yeah, Coach Aubrey will send out the punt unit for the Lions. So, again, Gary, we talked in the pregame about 3rd down. Can the defense keep this offense from getting past 3rd down and keeping drives alive? And this one, it's a 3 and out.
Yeah, and it was a good play, the good catch, good move, but the defense was there to stop them. We were playing some soft corner on that side. They saw that, and we were able to prevent them from getting. Here's a fake.
Oh, they're going with a fake. And they'll get a first down up to almost the 30-yard line.
I tell you what, if there's ever a time you got to gamble, it's when you got 2 yards to get, and again on your very first punt, and you're deep in your territory, you're like, okay, we'll fake it. That's not often.
6-yard gain puts the ball at the 29-yard line. First down and 10. 7:05 and counting here in the first quarter. Vero leads 6-0. It's a region quarterfinal, round 1. 4th seed Vero Beach taking on 5th seed Lake Nona. Another handoff up the gut, nothing there. There's a red wall just waiting.
That's a good job. I think that's going to be on that side. You're going to see Vargas and you're going to see Alford come flying up there. But also, how about Champ Smith? Champ Smith, Romeo Vargas.
And Deuce Montgomery.
And Deuce Montgomery.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And Bobby Burbick all on that front line there. 2nd and 10. Receiver in motion. Handoff, right side. Trying to get the sweep. Oh, wow, what a collision at the 31.
Wow. I tell you what, that was a vicious hit. And I'm trying to think, that looked like White. I'm thinking that looked like number 11.
Yeah.
It was White. E.J. White, who we thought was out with a banged-up leg a little bit, but he's back.
Right.
That was a vicious hit.
So now Lions looking at a 3rd and 7 at their 32. Out of the huddle, they'll send 3 receivers to the left side, single to the right. Dove set to throw. He got hit as he let it go, and it falls incomplete, and it's 4th down and 7.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he had an open receiver if he could have got, but the problem is that we blitzed on that play and stunted, and we put pressure on the quarterback, and he just literally got hit as he was getting ready to throw.
Burbick got in there, made the pressure.
Yeah, Bobby Burbick came flying up in there and made the hit. That's a big play right there by Burbick.
5.5 to go here in the first quarter. And the defense, we think, is forcing a punt here. I'm pretty sure they're going to punt this on 4th and 7. Punt is away, end over end. It's going to take a pretty good bounce. And we'll just let it roll inside the 20, down to almost inside the 15 to the 14. Wow, what a punt.
Yeah, that's one of those where it's a low-line drive and it hits and it rolls.
54-yard punt
for
Lake Nona.
Yeah, it had good 20 yards or 15 yards.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 5:18. It's a 6-0 lead for Vero.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indians sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Masters Academy has excelled in biblical worldview education from pre-K through 12th grade since 1998. Alongside their quality college prep education, Masters Academy offers multiple self-paced high school programs, blending academic education with specialized trade skills. Masters Academy is located at the corner of 58th Avenue and 12th Street in Vero Beach. For more information about obtaining a Christ-centered education, contact Masters Academy at info@mastersvb.org.
We're live here at Billy Living's Field at the Citrus Bowl. And I believe Vero Beach just got almost the entire defense to jump off sides there on a 1st down and 10 play.
They
little shades of almost Dallas
Coast.
Cowboys to Treasure Coast.
Yeah, how they stood up to look, and when they did that, that told them exactly who was blitzing and who was stunning on that play.
So pick up 5, make it a 1st and 5 at the 19-yard line. Twin receivers on either side. Mons, he's looking. He's got time now. He's out of the pocket, going to rush it. He'll get to the 25, down about the 27.
Got him another 1st down. But I tell you what he was looking at was White on the outside. If he'd have had a little more time, or he kept his eyes on White, that actually Stinson on that side. Stinson blew right by the defender. He just couldn't find him.
And that is a game day men's health 1st down. Indians have the ball at the 29, leading 6-0. Ooh, they just about got Lake Nona to jump again. Play clock is at 5. Mons passes, finds White, and EJ to about the 32.
Hey, I'll take 7 yards, 6 yards every play.
Yeah, they're actually going to they gave him a pretty good spot up to almost the 34-yard line.
Yeah.
Take it. Make it 2nd down and 5. Mons with a 4-receiver set. Swing pass left side. That is Jacobs. Jacobs turning it downfield. Wow. And Jarvis gets a 1st down with a burst of speed.
Absolutely. Again, the defender took an inside charge on that play, and on that pass, he got to that screen pass to the outside. He gets down the sideline and gets the 1st down. Good job.
Picks up 16. Got a good block out there for one of the receivers. And that is a game day men's health 1st down. And the ball at midfield. 1st and 10 with 4:01 to go here in the 1st quarter. Vero leads 6-0. Little shuffle pass. Jacobs trying to get around the left edge, and he can't. He's going to try to reverse field, and there's way too much pursuit. It'll be a big tackle for a loss all the way back to the 41.
That's Marcus Melbourne that had the toss on that one, and Marcus could not. They had too much penetration. They took the edge away from him. They literally just, boom, he had nowhere to go.
Yep. So lose 9. 2nd and 19 now for Vero Beach, back at their 41.
Wow, you're behind the chains now here a little bit.
2 backs in the backfield. Twins on the right side, a single receiver on the left. Lansford now in motion, trying to set up a quick screen underneath. That is Stinson. And Zay will get to about the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long, probably about a good 3rd down and 13.
That's kind of like one of those, what I call the tunnel screen, where you get all these blockers inside, outside, and then you find you got to get in there and get in between them and get down the field. And they have a defender, a offensive lineman out there blocking. They got a running back and a wide receiver.
Stinson gets his 31st catch of the season. Sets up the Indians for a 3rd and 13.
You may have to call timeout.
Play clock is at 0, and Coach Jay will call that timeout to save the penalty here. So Indians leading 6-0. When we come back, they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277, or capspizzamenu.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, Vero Beach on its first drive of the ball game was able to go 75 yards, get the touchdown, missed extra point. They're on their second possession of the night, and we lead 6-0 over Lake Nona. On a 3rd and 13, Mons got some time. Now he's out of the pocket, looking downfield, finds Lansford. What a catch by Josh. And Josh able to pick up some good yardage. There is a flag down. This is in that area you might call holding.
It might.
Well.
He did. He put his hand up. He looked right at one of our players and said, "Hey, you did hold." And he goes, "Me? Come on." That hurts.
It does, because Lansford, what a great catch.
It would have
been. Most likely, you probably see Coach Jay go for it on fourth down.
It was about 4th and 2. And
so Coach Aubrey obviously will elect to push the Indians back. This ball will go all the way back to the 37-yard line of Vero Beach, where it's going to be 3rd and 23.
It happened right in front of the referee. And there's no arguing it then. He was right there looking right at it.
Four receiver package, twins on either side. 3rd and 23. Mons needs some time, and he's going to get caught from behind and held on it just 1 second too long.
Well, there was good coverage downfield. I mean, there was nowhere. He was looking to either hit Stinson or White going down the side. One down the sideline, one at the middle, and he had nowhere to throw it. If he did, it may have been picked off. So wisely there on that one. You know, he could have thrown it away, but you know what? It would have been probably the yard difference.
4th down, Wetmiller out to punt. Nona's going to send 2 receivers back, one short, one deep. Wetmiller, high punt. This might take a big bounce. Does. Picked up. Wow, what a hit. Wow. Good coverage by the Indians on the punt. And Nona will have the ball back now for its second possession of the night.
That's almost a 40-yard punt with 45 yards. And no return at all. Wow, good punt, good coverage.
6-0 lead, Vero Beach. We've got 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Lions will get their second possession of the evening. This one, 4 yards better than the last possession on the start. Handoff's going to go left side. Good pursuit.
Oh, Burbick.
And Burbick, wow. What a play.
He did a great job, Paul. As you saw him on that right defensive end, he took the outside containment and got him and only picked up a yard on the play, but a great job of not allowing that to be a bigger play.
Be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. inside 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dove, quick throw, and it got batted at the line.
I believe that was Deuce. Yeah, Deuce Montgomery got his hands up, the big paws, and knocked that ball down.
Clock will stop on the incomplete at 18 seconds. Brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Dove back from the sideline will bring the play to the huddle. Going to go trips to the right side. Single receiver on the left. Dove fires, pass, and it goes incomplete. Looking for a receiver screen on the right side, and instead it is now 4th down and 8.
That was very close to being a really good pass play, but the ball was out front, and the receiver had to leave his feet to catch it. But if they'd have caught that ball, there was a little bit of a wall there, and that could have been a big play for him. But as it turns out, it wasn't.
So instead, it's 4th down. And the Lions will get set to punt the ball away. Shabazz back deep for Vero Beach to receive. Wow, what a big towering punt. Fair catch called, but we'll let it bounce. And it will go to about the 42.
What bothers me more than anything else now, you put your hand up for the fair catch. Go get the ball now. It's a high kick. He let it hit the ground, and luckily it went sideways instead of toward him or toward the Vero side of the field. I mean, if you're going to put it up, go underneath it and catch it.
6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Indians back out on the field with the offensive unit, led by Champ Mons. Got Melbourne and Jacobs, along with Banzoff and Stinson in the receivers. Lansford in the backfield. We'll start from our own 42, 1st and 10. Handoff is Lansford. Josh got a good block up the middle, and he's into Lion territory at the 45.
Yeah, you can see right there, Paul, that was the effect of the passing game helped the running game.
That is the end of the first quarter as Vero Beach leads over Lake Nona 6-0. This is the 2024 State Series quarterfinal here on your Christian FM.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Here we are to start the second quarter. Paul, Gary, Matt, Derek, Don here tonight. It is the region quarterfinal. The 4th seed, Vero Beach, taking on the 5th seed, Lake Nona. And right now, Vero Beach leading 6-0, but the Indians getting set after a nice play by Lansford, sets up a 1st down for the Fighting Indians.
He is healthy now. You can see he had a bit of a bruise, and he was missed part of a game, and they just spot played him. He is exciting now.
Mons rolls out right, fires, has his receiver, and with the knee down, he'll be down right there. About a good 7, 8, almost maybe 9-yard reception there. That's Jose Stinson over there.
Xavier does a great job of getting out, down, stop, and the ball's thrown beautifully. He had to go to the knee to catch it, but it's 7 yards, Paul, and that helps.
2nd and 3. Ball at the 37 of the Lions. Trips to the left side. Handoff, Lansford, what a little stutter step, and gets to the 35-yard line. So we have about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
They're going to give him a first down.
Wow. All right, so he's got a game day men's health first down there. Good job.
Boy, Lansford, you see how he exploded up in there? You love the way you see him run.
So, hey, appreciate Vero Nation listening and watching tonight. I know this is a big game, and I know like some guys are like Caps Pizza, Hurricanes. I want to thank also Bob. I know you're a longtime viewer and listener. Appreciate your support. Handoff's going to go right side. Lansford trying to shake the tackle and does. And good second effort by Lansford makes it a good 4 to 5 yard play.
And that was a hard, I thought he was tackled for about a yard gain, and he gets 4 yards out of the play. Not bad. Good running.
Showing some strength there by Josh Lansford. Gets it to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 6. Indians are 5 wide. Now they'll shift as Jannard Young back in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff off the right side. He spins out of a tackle and gets almost to the 20-yard line.
He's got another first down. But what a great run. You see the patience he had, and he ran with that ball, Paul. If you're listening, he is so patient. If you're watching it, watch how he gets up in there. He looks for his hole, then accelerates.
Yeah, he spun off of the tackle there to find another big hole. That's a game day men's health first down for the Indians. Another handoff to Young off the right side, and Jannard pushes his way almost to the 15-yard line.
Absolutely. And again, a good push by that offensive line in behind him. Doing a good job. Ben Hall at center. Big Corbin Phillips at left guard. And you have the Deuce at right guard. And you got Champ on the outside. And you got Vargas on the left tackle. They do a good job, that line.
Pick up 7. Now it's a 2nd and 3. Ball at the 15-yard line. High snap, but hands off to Young. And Young able to get almost to the 10. That should be enough for a first down, I think.
Not, it's going to be pretty close, about a yard.
Just shy of. They are going to mark it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, so a game day men's health first down and a red zone alert. It's first and goal home inspections here.
It's not first and goal. We didn't get a first down.
No, that's the name of the company.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry, first and goal. It's not quite there yet, but we'll get you another
shout out.
It's a red zone
alert for first and goal home inspections. We'll get it right. It's a postseason. Little handoff inside. Lansford behind some good blocks inside the 5. Wow, a couple of fakes there inside.
I can't believe I fell for that. That's good. It shows me I know all of our sponsors real well.
Pickup of 9. It's 2nd down and 1.
That's a good run. Good misdirection, good handoff, good power running. This offensive line is filling its oats.
2nd and 1. Drivers all snap underneath Mons, and he just has to pick it up and will take a loss all the way back to the 10.
Yeah, that was a bad snap. That snap was low, and you don't want to expose your quarterback ever when it's something like that, because it doesn't take but one shot in there, and he can get hurt with his arm or his legs or whatever. That just was a low snap that he couldn't handle.
So now you're looking at 3rd down and 8.
And
7.5 to go here in the second quarter. Vero's leading 6-0.
Yeah. Taking time to get this play called.
Twin receivers on either side. Play clock's at 5. Snaps there. Mons looking. Pressure, trying to set up a screen underneath. He's got Lansford. Josh shakes off a tackle. Josh to the end zone. Touchdown, Vero Beach.
Wow, what a play. He really took a hit after he threw that ball. But talking about the quarterback, Champ, what he did was he brought everybody to him, and he dumped the ball off to the running back, Lansford, and he did the rest, got in the end zone for a touchdown.
So Vero's going to go for 1 here. They missed the other extra point. Let's see what happens here on this one. Oh, wow. And the defense for Lake Nona come flying in there. That was Bradley.
Now you may think about it because it's a half the distance
to the goal. Do you go for 2 here?
You know.
I mean, it's still early in this game. I mean, 7:07 still to go in this second quarter.
Now
you might think about it. Think about going for 2.
I think he may call timeout and go for it. Yep, here they come the big guys.
Yeah, they're going to reset the play clock here. And I think Coach Jay is going to change his mind.
Yep, I figured he might do it here because the ball's on the 1 yard line now. 1.5 yard, I believe. It's sitting at it. And
all right. Well, we see, I was about to say, well, Rivers was in, but now he's going back out of the game. So you got Lanceford in the backfield. Now flag comes in.
Oh, they get guys in motion. They had too many men on the field.
Too many men on the field, yeah.
Now you got to go back.
You move it back and kick the extra point.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't see 11. I didn't see 12. Did you?
Yeah, I don't know, Gary. Maybe I don't know if Afe was still on the field when they snapped the ball.
Yeah, you may have been. You're right. I forgot he was running off because I just counted. I saw 11. I didn't.
All right, so Kynes will come out and try the extra point. Snaps there. The hold is there. The kick is up, and this one's good. Make it 13-0 lead for Vero Beach here in the second quarter.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
So 10 plays and 42 yards. Josh Lansford with a 10-yard reception as the kickoff is covered by Vero Beach. And with the extra point, we're at 13-0. That scoring drive brought to you by McCall Insurance Agency. And the Lions now down by 13 will start from their own 20-yard line. Inside 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Handoff, trying to go off the right side, and nothing going there as you run right into Champ Smith and the gang.
They got big T.J. Alford right there, too. Reddit, he gets his eyes on the ball faster than most anybody I've ever seen, as a linebacker. He really reacts to the ball quick.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9, ball on the 21.
6.5 to go. That was Allen on the carry for Lake Nona. Pickup of 1, make it 2nd and 9. Little screen off the left side and good coverage by Vero Beach. Minimal gain.
Is that Benjamin? No, that was Jackson. Jackson Rahal.
Rahal making a tackle out there.
Yeah, how about
Nice.
that? Jackson Rahal comes flying up there and made that hit.
Picked up 2. It's 3rd down, 7. Ball at the 23. We're inside 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. It's a 13-0 lead for the Fighting Indians. Lions got a tight formation. Play action, a little shuffle pass out on the outside. And the Lions may have gotten themselves a first down, and they did.
That's a beautiful call. You got everybody going to the outside thinking it's going to be a toss. He shuffles it right up to the guy coming inside, and then he bounces outside and gets a first down. Good play.
Timeout on the field for a water break at 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Vero leads 13-zip.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Christian FM thanks SOS Pest Services, who know that Florida's warm climate means pests of all types, disrupting our comfort and lifestyle. When it's time to sound the alarm, SOS will send their technicians to promptly deal with the problem, so no more worries about unwanted guests. SOS Pest has a range of services tailored to meet individual needs, serving Orchid, Indian River Shores, North Hutchinson Island, and surrounding areas. Owned and managed by lifetime local pros. Online at sospestservices.com or 772-296-2966.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Ohana Water Systems.
Here we go. First down and 10 for Lake Nona, trailing 13-0. Going to go with a handoff, bouncing it out to the right side, and a good run of 8 to 9 yards by the Lions before the Indians can bring him down.
Yeah, they did. That was a good run. A good job of their pulling guard got around that edge, and they got the outside block, and boom, right over there and picks up 8 yards. They've had 2 back-to-back big plays now.
Yeah, Allen, one of the leading rushers for Lake Nona, comes in here with 60 carries for 447 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2nd and 2. Another handoff for Allen. Tried to go stiff arm, and he might be called for a face mask as Burbick with a tackle for a loss.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to go against Nona.
Yep. It's going against Vero Beach, isn't it?
No.
Oh, Nona.
No, it was the ball carrier put his hand out to do a stiff arm, and he got a whole handful of face masks there.
Yes, that's because when I saw face mask, I'm thinking, oh, boy, I didn't think Bobby hit him. Bobby Burbick's fired up. He's had a couple big tackles for losses tonight.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to move the Lions back inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line, and it's 2nd and a mile.
Ball's being spotted at the 28-yard line. On the 23-yard line, 2nd and 1.
Little screen again off the left side. Indians do a great job to cover there. Only gets to about the 29-yard line. So it'd be about a 6-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, the first defender missed him, but then Jackson Rahal wrapped him up and held him right there. But you're asking the first guy. The receiver, when you're a defender, you come flying up there. You got to learn how to break down at a certain point. And he made a good move, and we missed him, but Jackson Rahal wrapped him up.
Picked up 5. Yeah, you see Shabazz over there playing a little bit as well on that defensive side. 3rd and 15. And Whistle's going to stop play here. I believe, did they call a timeout? They did. Yeah, Lake Nona had to call a timeout because the play clock was at 0. So Coach Aubrey will call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 4:22 to go here, second quarter. Vero leads 13-0.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Rights to this broadcast of this game in the 2024 FHSAA Class 7A Football Championships have been granted to Christian FM and the Vero Nation Network by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association and Vero Nation Network is prohibited.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, it is round 1 of the state playoffs here, Region 3, and it's the 4-seed Vero, 5th seed Lake Nona. And right now, Lake Nona looking at a 3rd and 15. They're down by 13. Pass out of the reach of his intended target, Bradley, and that falls incomplete, brings up 4th down and long, and here comes the punt unit for the Lions.
I tell you, Michael Dove missed an opportunity there because that receiver was wide open. He just overthrew his receiver there. But again, the pressure was there, and he had to throw the ball. He just didn't have time to adjust or read. He had to let go of it, but he overthrew his receiver.
So punt unit out. Shabazz back deep for Vero Beach. Long snap, and wow, big end-over-end punt. Shabazz will field it this time. The 35 turns it upfield, 40, 45, trying to make a couple moves. Still on his feet after the tackle. Trying to cut upfield and gets almost back to midfield. What a return by Amir Shabazz.
I think he had about a 16-yard return on about 50 yards of running. He went from one side to the other.
You got your wish. He fielded it.
Yes, he did. I was a good. He didn't. That ball was right there. He had to come up and get that one. If he'd have let that ball hit the ground, that would have rolled all the way back to the inside the 10.
All right. So because of Shabazz's return, that puts Vero Beach at their own 48-yard line with 4:02 to go. Vero Beach has 2 timeouts remaining. Mon's going to roll right, fires, got his receiver Stinson. Stinson trying to shake 2 tackles, turns it upfield to the 40, and out of bounds near the 35.
And that's a 33-yard line, and I'm going to tell you, Paul, what a quick throw, roll to the right by Champ Mons, and he hits Stinson, does a nice move, and accelerates, and yards after a catch was probably about 8 or 9 yards on that play.
Picked up 21. That's a game day men's health first down. And now another timeout taken by Lake Nona because they had too many men on the field. So that's going to bring us for a momentary stop here with 3:53 to go. All right, so right now Vero Beach is leading 13-0. If they hold on to win this ball game, they will face next week the winner out of the Palm Beach Central, Fort Pierce Central ball game. And right now, I would imagine Palm Beach Central they are the favorite as the top seed. Vero Beach would have to travel for that ball game. Now, if Fort Pierce Central upsets, then Vero Beach will be able to host a game here next week.
Hey, I'm rooting for Central.
Which one?
I knew you were going to say, you know which one. I'm rooting for our district.
Indians got the ball at the Lion 32. 1st and 10. Mons pivots back around, fires. Stenton on an underneath screen, turns it upfield, and Stinson down the sideline, stays on his feet, and it's a touchdown, Xavier Stinson. How about that?
Hey, how about the moves, and how about the quarterback getting that ball as he was about to get hit? He got that ball into Stinson's hands, and Stinson, one good block out there, and he was off to the races.
Let's go check in with Derek.
Guys, when he was running right there, he almost stepped out of bounds 3 times, but he didn't. What a great play by Stinson right there.
Kynes will come out to try the extra point here. Boy, did he toe tap down that sideline. Well, whistle's going to stop it as Kynes able to put it through the uprights, but it will be offsides.
I would go the heavies. Yeah. I would bring the heavies in.
Another opportunity here is it's offsides against Lake Nona. So an opportunity maybe for Vero Beach to go for 2 here as they missed the first extra point on the opening drive. And, they're going to shift the personnel.
The problem is having enough guys on the field and not having too many guys on the field.
Yeah.
There we go. Don Dexter, our statistician, is a affirmed that they have 11 on the field.
Lancerford in the backfield with Mons. Melbourne out wide left. Mons trying to cut it upfield. Lunges for it. Touchdown. Extra 2-point is good.
Yeah, that's good. Good play. Good job. He picks his hole. Again, he has that power sweep to the right, and he gets a little push, and he gets into the end zone, and that 2 points is big. It makes it 21-0.
21-0 lead for Vero Beach with 3:42 to go, second quarter.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
So 52 yards on 2 plays. It's a 32-yard reception by Xavier Stinson. And then Champ Mons with the run on the 2-point conversion to make it now 21-0. Scoring drive brought to you by McCall Insurance Agency as Kynes on the line drive kickoff. Fielded at around the 24 and returned to about the 30-yard line. So a 6-yard return by Lake Nona. And the Lions find themselves down by 21.
That was a good offensive series. And as a matter of fact, they've had 3 and they've scored 3. So that makes you feel pretty good.
Actually, we've had 4 possessions.
Oh, did we have 4?
Yeah,
I
we
missed.
punted. We punted once.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I knew you would correct me if I was wrong.
That's my job.
It just seems like that one drive, we had it for 10 or 11 minutes on the field.
Yeah, we did. We had a really lengthy drive there. First down. Keeper by Dove. He's going to roll out to the left side. Oh, takes a big hit right at the line of scrimmage.
That's Benjamin.
And Kevin Benjamin with the tackle.
Kevin Benjamin coming up from his defensive back position on that play makes a great hit for just a short gain on that.
1 yard, yeah.
Yeah.
2nd and 9. Clock approaching 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vero leading 21-0. Handoff, sweep, trying to go right side, and nothing there. The Indians do a good job of stretching that play out, maybe a yard gain.
I tell you what, Kevin Benjamin did not make the tackle, but what he did was slowed that up so everybody else could come out and make the hit on that play. Linebackers and other defensive backs. He held his ground, and he slowed the runner down enough where the others came in and made the play.
Pick up a yards, 3rd down and 8. .2:15 and counting. Lions looking to throw. And what a shot. Good catch, but a great tackle.
That was Jackson Rahal
and
again.
Rahal, wow, what a play by Jackson. And I believe, I don't know if Coach Opry will go for this. Maybe he will.
Well, you don't want to give the Indians with 1 minute and 52 seconds left in this half.
Are you a little surprised Coach Jay's not calling a timeout here?
Yeah, but I'm also surprised that they're going for it right now. Because if they don't make it and Vero's got 2 timeouts left, I'm totally surprised. Unless the quarterback's going to drop back and pooch kick it himself or punt it.
Yeah, we'll see. 4th and 4. Dove hasn't dropped back. He's going to try to throw. He's got a receiver. It's caught. He's trying to turn. He slips and falls, and that's a turnover on downs.
It is. The runner, he had it. All he had to do, he made a cut there, and that's Bradley. Joshua Bradley had a chance to get the first down. Now you give Vero Beach with 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 14 seconds to go. Mm-hmm. And, boy, if you can score here, they get the ball to start the 3rd period. So this could be a big opportunity here.
Offensive unit out on the field for Vero Beach. Set up 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Mons looking to throw, pressure coming. He's got to get rid of it. And he's going to go down with a sack.
Yeah, that one hurt right there. That's the first time they've put that kind of pressure on the quarterback. The lineman missed assignment there, Paul. That was just a missed assignment by your lineman. They two guys went after one guy, and they missed their call there.
All the way back to midfield now. 2nd and long. More pressure coming. Set up for screen underneath. Stinson got a block. Right side. Turns it upfield. 30, 25. Did he lose the ball? Nona's thinking they got it.
No,
signals Vero
got
Beach. Signals Vero Beach. So that stops the clock at 35 seconds.
We still got 2 outs, and we got an injured player down on the ground. I hope that's not Stinson.
Wow, a lot happening in that one play there as Stinson got a nice burst of speed off the little screen pass.
Yeah, he's
lost the ball, but Vero able to recover it, and he's still on the field now. He's going to get up. He's kind of limping off the field.
A little gimpy off the field. I haven't seen White has been on the sideline. We heard he had a little.
Matt, what you got?
So, yeah, EJ tweaked his knee earlier in the game. He tried to come back. He's on the sideline for now, and that was Zay Stinson, and he came up a little gimpy, but tell you what, the fire in those eyes right there, but it's going to take the police force probably to keep him off the field.
Xavier, you're talking about
Zay.
there. Yeah,
yep.
Zay. That was a great catch, great run. He accelerates. He's had some big plays. I'm talking about yards after catch have been unbelievable.
So the ball is at the 22-yard line where it'll be 1st down and 10. So it's a game day men's health 1st down. Vero Beach has got 21 points on the board to 0 for Lake Nona. 35 seconds to go and still 1 timeout remaining for the Fighting Indians. But now you're down E.J. White. You're down Xavier Stinson at the moment.
So you got Marcus Melbourne that's in there. You got Austin Van Zaff.
Hillsman over on the far side.
Yeah, Hillsman. And then you got Jacobs. So you got a sophomore, junior, sophomore, and a freshman. That's not bad.
No. Well, Jacobs had 2 touchdowns against Palm Bay. Could have had a 3rd. First down, a swing pass going to go for Jacobs. Jarvis trying to turn it upfield, and he'll be tackled inbounds. Now a flag comes in.
That had to be the head face mask. He grabbed his helmet. Any part of the helmet, you can't.
One of the officials went down too. He got hit. There was some blocking going on by one of our offensive linemen.
They're going to tell both teams to go to the sideline right now.
And he got in the line of fire there, and he's down, man. I sure hope he's okay. 26 seconds to go in the quarter before we get to halftime. It's a 21-0 lead for the Fighting Indians. We will step aside for this injury timeout. This is Fighting Indians football.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone. From barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Stora from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here and a former Fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go Indians!
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Tonight's game in the 2024 FHSAA Class 7A Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. This is WSCF Vero Beach, your home for Fighting Indians football. Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris. We had an injury. It was one of the officials. He got into the line of fire there and got knocked down. Thankfully, he got up and walked off on his own power, so we'll get a report a little bit later. As Mons on the pass, getting a screen pass to Lansford. Lansford into the end zone. A flag is down. At the moment, we're looking at a touchdown.
And let's see if they're calling a holding call. Illegal receiver downfield.
So wipe it off. So we might get some time put back on the clock, I think, because of that.
Beautiful call. I mean, a beautiful play called by Coach.
Yeah.
And
Lansford got a nice pass.
And you got Corbin way downfield.
He's like 3
Corbin's
yards in the end zone.
No, he thought the route may have been going to him, but he is on instant replay. We were downfield.
All right, so the clock will go to 15 seconds. First down, Mons got time, going for the corner of the end zone, flags down, it's caught! Touchdown!
Holding call.
Another flag in the back of the end zone. Probably a holding call, and there might be maybe an unsportsmanlike in the back of the end zone somewhere as Austin Banzoff with the catch. Now we have to check all these penalties here to see what happened. Probably pulling this one back off the scoreboard.
I know Lenny's asking who held. Holding
against
call.
Vero Beach.
Unsportsmanlike
against Vero Beach.
What in the world?
Wow.
Man.
So we're being told celebration in the end zone
Well, you got
is
one
the
play.
unsportsmanlike.
You got one play, and they're going to take it back. And if you're Lake Nona, you just put everybody back and don't let anybody get behind you.
Wow. That ball's going all the way back to the 40-yard line now. 8 seconds to go.
You're inside your first and, we were inside the 10-yard line.
Mons pressured out. Now he's trying to step up in the pocket. He's going to fire downfield. Finds a receiver. It's caught! It's caught! Marcus Melbourne!
No, he
dropped it. Wow! Melbourne had it, and then the Lake Nona defender knocked it out of his hands. Oh, my goodness.
And that'll be the half.
And that's going to do it. What a way to end this first half of play. Vero Beach scored 2 touchdowns, but due to penalties, gets them removed, and then had a third one right there as Melbourne had it stripped out of his hands for the incomplete. It makes it 21-0 going into the locker room. Vero Beach on top. Let's go down to Matt Paris. He's got Coach Jay.
Hey, Coach, a wild finish off to the play. Yep, hold on 1 second.
Coach is getting a little explanation. All right.
So, Coach wild into that first half, but with that, still up 21-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good half. Obviously, we're looking to score there to close out the second half. We get the ball in the second half to start it. But, all in all, defense is playing great. Just a couple, feet getting lazy on the O-line and grabbing there to cost us a big score to end the half. But we'll get it cleaned up. Our guys are playing really, really hard. Some of those guys are going both ways, so certainly understandable. But, we need to get a few things cleaned up and come out and play a clean second half.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it. Let you get to your boys. Back to you guys.
21-0 lead for the Fighting Indians heading into the locker room for halftime. That'll bring us to our Genesis Church halftime featuring women of the Fighting Indians with host Bobby Paris. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest on. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians halftime show, brought to you by Genesis Church. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I am Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our varsity football players. My guest this evening is the beautiful Sherry Mons, mother of our amazing freshman quarterback. He is number 7, 6'3", 205 pounds, and 14 years of age, with quite a few growing years left. My husband says he is the most talented, gifted quarterback he has ever seen.
kid in his age group. So we put him on the team with it was against 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. Needless to say, the first year he played, we were 0-10. We did not win a single game. So I was for sure that, I was going to finally get him into basketball because that's what I played.
Right.
But this kid fell in love with the game of football.
Well,
he wanted to play. So, the next year his dad started coaching him, and as they say, the rest is history.
That's it. And he has really proved himself. I can tell you that. Women of Fighting Indians football will continue right after this.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2024 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's FHSAA.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at NFHSnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. On Point Dental Care of Vero Beach is a modern dental facility bringing dental care in the traditional sense.
Ethic, what a competitor he is, his love for the game and how serious he takes the game. But I think he earned their respect. And two, he has now I think he has big brothers. He's met, and become friends with like TJ, EJ. They've been through this.
Yeah.
So they've really taken him under their wings and just have helped him and guide him along the process. So I'm really thankful for them.
Well, I tell you, he seems so cool and collected, throughout the whole game. And I'm like you. I think he has earned their respect, and there's a good camaraderie. So, gosh, kudos to you all, too, for such good parenting. I just admire that.
Oh, thanks.
So how is Champ in the classroom?
Champ is very intelligent. He is an honor roll student. He's taking advanced classes right now at the school. So he's taking Algebra 2 and Advanced English.
Wow.
And I am like you. He knows that student comes first.
Right.
I expect him to maintain good grades because he can. He, like I said, he's very intelligent.
When August hits and school starts, and then you've got football, plus you're working and throw in the holidays, and then you're transporting him every day. So how do you all or how do you keep the Mond household organized?
I think this may be my easiest year. For the last 3 years, where my daughter's been in high school, she's played volleyball and basketball, while Champ was in youth football. So because they were in fall and winter sports together, their schedules always collided. His dad and I always had to split duties. So he would either be taking him to football practice while I was taking her or going to one of her games. So now that Naya's in college, and his dad is, like you said, he's making that commute back and forth to Vero, I just have to show up on Friday night. So I just have to make sure I'm in play.
There you go. I remember those days. I had girls that were playing volleyball and basketball, and the boys, and then they would jump up. I had 2 boys that played football, and they would jump up on different teams. Does Champ have any other interest besides football that we might not know about?
Champ loves to watch basketball.
Okay.
He loves to go fishing. You know, he lives so close to the water, so he loves fishing. And like most teenage boys, he loves video games.
Do you try to have, because it's hard. It's hard to get everybody together. Everybody's in practice and go in different directions. Do you have a time when you like to make it just family time?
We usually don't have a lot of time during the week, but we try to at least have like a big breakfast together or brunch together on the weekend. So either Saturday or Sunday morning, we'll try to get together and make time for breakfast.
That's good. And do you find conversation always seems to get around football?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's always 90% of the conversation is football.
I can imagine. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
All week long.
Yeah, that's right. With that being said, if you could have a Sherry day just for you, what would that look like?
I enjoy the beach.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily enjoy getting in the water, but I love just to relax in the shade.
Yeah, right.
And just listen to the sound. Yeah. I just like to, listen to the waves. So that to me would be a Sherry day.
Oh, that sounds great, Sherry. And I hope you get that real soon. Do you have somebody that you know is listening you'd like to give a shout out to?
Definitely. I would love to shout to my mom. She stresses out when she's watching Champ play, but hopefully she's tuned in tonight to listen to me. So she's in Sanford, North Carolina. And of course, a shout out to my daughter who is watching from Tallahassee.
Oh, awesome. Well, hello to you all, and I hope you enjoy. It has been such a pleasure talking with you and learning about the Mond family. And we will be watching number 7 and cheering him on as he helps Vero to victory. So, as we end this, we say, go Fighting Indians!
Go Fighting Indians!
That's right.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest heart of stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Research shows that with a new roof, a homeowner can save 5 to 35% on their home insurance premium. We thank PDK Roofing, a Christian family that's been helping families and businesses for over 2 decades on the Treasure Coast and all of Florida with their roofing needs. PDK Roofing is licensed and insured, and they stay up to date with what insurance companies require so that their client is protected and providing financing options to get people approved. PDK Roofing, online at pdkroofinginc.com.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, 772-473-6856. And their site is mccallagencyinc.com, serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, Vero Nation, your Fighting Indians are up 21-0 here at halftime. And what an exciting first half it was. I mean, from the opening drive, Vero Beach got points on the board. Let's take a look at your Durfee's Heating and Cooling first half stats. For the Lake Nona Lions, they totaled up 50 yards of offense. It's been 16 on the ground, 34 through the air. Dove is 6 of 11 for 34 yards through the air. He's hit 4 different receivers. For Vero Beach, on the other hand, it's 232 yards of offense, 83 on the ground. With Josh Lansiford leading the way, 5 carries, 34 yards. And then Jannard Young's got 4 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Through the air, Mons, 11 of 12, 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's hit Stinson 5 times, 95 yards and a score. White's got 2 for 18. Lansford's got 2 for 33 and a touchdown. Banzoff's got 1 for 2 yards, and Jacobs has got 2 for 5 yards.
Absolutely. Great first half. Everything you wanted to do, you can execute. Anytime you're 11 out of 12, you're doing a pretty good job.
How about this stat, Gary? First downs on the first half. 12 for Vero Beach, 1 for Lake Nona.
Yeah, we can see that our defense is playing heads and shoulders above everybody right now, and that's a good job. And then look for some adjustments. Coach Audrey for Lake Nona will find some adjustments, try to make some things happen out there. But right now he ought to be frustrated because Indians are everywhere, flying all over the field, making good tackles. I mean, solid tackling in this first half.
All right, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get set for the second half action between Lake Nona and Vero Beach. Indians leading 21-0. Third quarter's coming up next.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
And we're back here at the Citrus Bowl in Billy Living's Field, set for round 1 of the playoffs. And it's halftime here. It's Vero Beach leading 21-0. Let's check in with the guys down on the sideline. Derek, what coach have to say? Pitching a shutout's not a bad first half of work.
Anytime you're pitching a shutout in the first round of a playoff with a team that's really capable, I think it's a pretty good day. Coach very encouraged, but he said, guys, great first half, but the worst thing that you can do in the second half is to take plays off. Don't forget this is a playoff team, and we need to really close them out. So there's not to be any let up, all gas and all game, and that's the way the mentality is going to roll in the second half. But a really good job, particularly by our defensive ends. We talked about it being so important at the first of the game, and Burbick and Davis really played well, hemming in that pass rush or the running game, which is pretty formidable coming into this game. So good job so far.
All right, yeah, pitching a shutout, only gave up 1 first down. Pretty good nights. That would be a good game's worth, let alone a first half. All right, Matt. Offensive side, what Coach Jay have to say?
Yeah, Coach said Lake Nona came out in exactly the defense that they expected. A little bit of tweak here and there, but they said everything's available. He was X's and O's. He was very pleased with everything. Coach is such a detailed guy, and that's why this offense runs well, and that's why you can run it with all these freshmen and sophomore and juniors that we have, because he looks at these guys and he expects them to adhere to those details. So clean up a little bit of things in the locker room, but yeah, he's very pleased, and hey, let's see if we can put another 21 up.
All right. Teams are back out on the field. They've got warmed up. Gary, I mean, are you surprised by anything at this point?
No, not really, Paul. We talked before the game, and off the air, and I felt like Vero would be the would be a hard team for them to beat tonight, Lake Nona. And I thought that Lake Nona has struggled against good teams. If you look at their schedule this year, their losses came to good teams, and a lot of their victories were against teams that had losing records. So not that means a whole lot, but it tells me that if you play a good team, then they've struggled. And in the first half, and that's what they have struggled, both offensively and defensively. Let's just hope we keep it up the second half. They get the ball to start the second half, so we'll see what happens when they come out.
Taking a look right now, Gary, Palm Beach Central is leading over Fort Pierce Central 31-0. And so right now, the top seed in our bracket, Palm Beach Central, is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so if the winner of this ball game will face, most likely, as it stands right now, Palm Beach Central, the number 1 seed. So Vero wins this game. They will head to Palm Beach next week to take on the Broncos of Palm Beach Central. Lake Nona won the toss. They elected to receive the ball to start the second half, so our kickoff coverage team will make its way out on the field along with the Lake Nona Lions. Vero Beach leading 21-0. Second half ready to get started. Kick by Kynes is down the field, and it's bobbled back around the 10-yard line. Return to the 18-yard line. Boy, that could have been absolutely disastrous for Lake Nona.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start your second half off, on a short kick, too. I mean, it was, if you'd have got that on a dead run, they would have had some momentum, but they dropped it, went behind them, and they get out to about the 18-yard line on that play.
So the Indians defense out on the field gave up 0 points and only 1 first down in that first half of play. Dove, he's looking to throw, going to the screen. That got tipped at the line. I believe that's Burbick that got his hands on that, and it will fall incomplete.
Yeah, that was a good job, good pressure. You see, I'll tell you what, Bobby Burbick is really could be a great tight end, but he's having fun playing defensive end. When we put our tight ends in, he is one of the tight ends that goes in there.
So incomplete, second down and 10. For the Lions will break the huddle and send 2 receivers on both sides. One back in the backfield. Again, Dove looking to throw. Again, was tipped again. This time it's caught, but only about a 2-yard gain. I think this time it might have been either Deuce or Champ Smith that got his hands on that one.
I believe it was Deuce again that tipped that ball as it was coming out of the quarterback's hands. Love brings up 3rd and long.
So Dove will bring the troops out. 4 receiver set on 3rd down and 8. Pump fake, rolls out, getting pressured, fires downfield, and it will be incomplete. Good coverage by the Indians. Here comes a late flag. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Come on.
That was, they're going to call pass interference most likely,
yeah,
but Vero intercepted the ball.
I don't know if he's intercepted it, but
well, he did.
Yeah, he definitely deflected it.
And they're calling pass interference against Vero.
My goodness. All right, we got a first down. That'll be the second on the night for the Lions.
I thought it was a good aggressive play. I didn't think he went over.
He didn't like wrap around him.
No, he intercepted the ball or went for the interception.
First down and 10 for the Lions. The ball moved up to the 37-yard line. Dove out of the pocket, flag down. This is in that area of holding, and Dove forced out of bounds by Rivers.
And they're going to be holding against them.
Scores 21-0. We're just starting this third quarter. It's the opening drive. Lake Nona started from their own 18. Now a holding penalty is going to push them back after they got a first down off of a penalty against us.
The spot where he threw the flag, I think it was a little thought it was farther back.
Yeah, that'll push it to the 27-yard line.
Yeah.
So basically, 1st and 20. Going to go trips to the left side. Single receiver right. One back in the backfield. Quick screen left side. Oh, my goodness. He threaded the needle on that, but it was dropped by Stokes.
I'm telling you right now, Jordan Stokes has got to catch that ball if he's going to help his team on that one. That ball was thrown on a rope. That was tight, and it went right through his hands.
Went right through 2 defenders, too.
Well, between
right
2
between
defenders. Yeah, right between the 2 defenders.
2nd down and 20. Dove will line up from the gun with 4 receivers set, and he's looking to throw. Ball batted again at the line. Oh, my goodness. We could have got an interception. Instead, it falls incomplete.
That was done by Deuce again, I believe.
Yeah, it was. That front line has been getting their hands on the ball. So 3rd and 20. See if the defense can force a punt here. And now whistle from the sideline.
Movement.
And it's going to be false start against the Lions. So make it a 3rd and 25. Third and 25 coming up for Dove and the Nona offense. He's got 4 receivers. Looking to set up another screen. It's high, and boy, off the hands of his receiver, falls incomplete as Shabazz was trying to get over there and see if he could catch it. It'll fall incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Now, I'd like to, if we could find out what's the status of White and Xavier Stinson for the second half. I'd like to see what if they're going to be available to play at all.
Punt unit out for Lake Nona as Shamir Shabazz will drop back deep, standing right around the 42 of Vero Beach. Punt is away. High towering boot. Take a bounce for Vero Beach sideways. That ball will stop around the 46-yard line. So the Fighting Indians defense did its job. Technically did not give up a first down. It was a penalty that got them the first down. But the score still remains 21-0. 9:53 to go here in this third quarter.
Now, I do not see White or Stinson in this huddle, so I assume they're not coming out here the second half.
That could be Gary with a 21-0 lead. They may just hold them back and see about next week if we got an opportunity here. Handoff's going to go up the middle, and we'll get to midfield. Pick up a 4. Matt, what you got?
So, yeah, we got EJ is done for the night. He is going to be resting, and Zay is ready to go in. But like you said, he is on the sideline right now, maybe on a as-needed basis.
2nd and 6. Indians will have 3 on the left side. Mons, he's going to run this one. And Champ will get a first down as he gets to the 40 and a couple more yards, maybe around the 38-yard line, and that'll be a Game Day Men's Health first down.
Well, you know, Lenny's arguing all the way down, either yelling at a player or an official. It's fun to watch him go down the sideline. But Champ looked downfield, and he saw the coverage. Apparently, he didn't see anybody that was open, and he took off, and he knew what he had to get, and he got it plus.
Picked up 15 yards on that carry. 1st and 10 from the 39. Lansford in motion. Mon's going to keep. Hard to tell if that was a busted play or if that was a deliberate draw.
That was a quarterback draw. You take a step back. Apparently, one of the receivers didn't get the man or didn't pick up. A lineman may have not have gotten his block, but that was a loss of 2 yards on that play. That was by design. Not the loss, but the call. the play.
Glad you clarified that. Let's draw up a play that loses yardage. Love it. 2nd and 12. Champs looking to throw. Firing it down left side, looking for Melbourne, and just a little too far.
Yeah, I like the idea he's going vertical on that play, but now it comes up 3rd and long.
Yep.
And even though you like to go vertical on that play, Melbourne just could not get that. He had some separation, but the throw was, like you said, was a couple yards too long.
I suspect, Gary, we will see 4-down territory here on this drive here. 3rd and 12, you can get you about maybe 6 to 7 yards.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. If we get anything from 6, 7 yards here, yeah, I think you'll go for it.
Champ with 4 receivers and movement by one of the receivers.
Jacobs.
And that's going to move us back 5.
Yeah, what he did in defense of Jarvis, the center kind of picked the ball.
Yep.
He thought it was going, and he kind of leaned forward, and then and he caught himself. He just shook his head.
Got 8:36 left to go this third quarter. It's 21-0 Vero Beach, and the Indians now looking at a 3rd and 17. Mons, pressure coming, avoids one tackler, trying to get away from the other one, fires downfield, and it's going to go way over the head of Lansford, who was streaking down the sideline.
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, well, we got a flag, though.
So that play will come over again. We'll move it up 5 yards, and
so we get our
get
our penalty yardage back. Make it a 3rd and 13. Boy, can Champ throw that ball or what?
Yeah, but the idea is to try to hit the guy.
Well, that's true. That is true.
He's got to learn how to finesse that ball in there because he threw it. I mean, there's just no way that Lansford was going to be 10 yards down the field farther. He just overthrew him there, and he's got it. And that's as a freshman, you learn. He's in that process of learning to fill.
So a 3rd and 13. Oh,
there you go.
Movement.
There's movement. That's
back to it. 3rd. It's the Florida's 2-step here.
Well, you know, you're 12 games into the season, and or 11 games by our standards right now. Some of these mistakes you shouldn't be making.
True.
I mean, this is, you expect those in that playoff game of the first game of the season.
Offense has got 6 penalties on the night. This will be a 3rd down and 17.
Oh,
boy, it looked like there was.
He was over the line.
Yeah, it was offsides on the defense. No flag.
No flag. I mean, that was unbelievable.
He was like almost a yard over.
Oh, what a bad call. She missed. The official missed that. On the side there, missed it.
Uh-oh. That's Champ Smith that's down.
Wow, that one was definitely right in front of us. And we didn't.
Champ's going to try to make his way off the field here, and it'll be 4th down, and the Indians will have to punt this ball away.
That was not a good series for the Fighting Indians.
It really wasn't.
They had some good plays, then they had a bunch of penalties on it, and then they had some bad plays.
Came out a little flat.
And it's like Coach said, or Matt said about what Coach told him. Says, hey, don't come out here flat today.
Wedmiller waiting for the snap, gets the punt away, almost got it blocked. Able to get it away, takes a bounce around the 27-yard line. It'll go out right about the 26, 25-yard line.
Somebody may have gotten a tip on it, it looked like.
I think you're right, Gary. I think he got a little bit of a finger on it or something like that because, yeah. All right, so the Lions still down 21 points. Unable to do something on their first drive in this second half. Now have a second opportunity here with 7:57 to go in this third quarter. They'll have the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
They don't have enough people on the field. And they may have to take a timeout here.
Play clock's at 3. They get the snap off, handoff up the middle, trying to go behind some blocks, and it'll be about a 3-4 yard gain.
That's probably one of their better runs, too. That was a good little counter-type move. He moved. His running back looked like he was going to do a little toss to the left, then cut back to the right.
Another handoff. Working off the right side. Wow, what a collision. And, man, here comes Corbin Phillips saying, not on my watch.
I'm laughing because that's exactly what happened. It hit a brick wall.
Wow.
And he bounced back on that, the running back. Wow.
Yeah, you got Kamar Shelley and Corbin Phillips here in the middle right now. There's some beef right there. 3rd down and 7. Another handoff, keeper by Dove, and Dove able to get to the 35. Where are they going to mark it? It's really close. Did he get enough? He did.
Yeah, that's a good run. That's a good. Now, what Michael Love did was he really literally made a move look like he was going to throw the ball. Then he saw the seam that opened and took off.
1st down and 10 for the Lions. 6:39 and counting in this third quarter. Dove trying to fire, finds his receiver.
Whoa.
Wow, what a hit! Oh, my goodness.
Well, I tell you what, Dove threw the ball on the rope there, but also
Rahal.
Jackson Rahal
just said,
leveled
you're not going anywhere. A 2-yard gain on the play.
That's some great tackling. I'm going to tell you what, Dove threw the ball. He throws the ball pretty sharp and pretty quick.
2nd and 8 as we're approaching 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Dove's got some time. Now he's going to step up in the pocket and try to run it, and he'll slide down around the 42-yard line. The 3rd down and a long 3.
This is probably 2-down territory for them right now.
Handoff right side, and he's got the 1st down and more. This time it is Lindsey. Timeout on the field for a water break. 5:26 to go in this third quarter. Vero still leads 21-0.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
This is Fighting Indians football, brought to you by Central Assembly.
It's the third quarter here at the Citrus Bowl for round 1, region quarterfinal in region 3, and it's the 4 seed Vero Beach taking on the 5th seed Lake Nona. Vero Beach has been in control for quite some time here with a 21-0 lead. We still got 5:24 to go here in this third quarter, and Nona just picked up a first down as they get into Vero territory at the 48. Trips to the right side is Dove looking to throw, and he was going to run but slipped and fell, and that'll be a loss on the play.
I'm not sure Bobby Burbick got his shoulder,
hand on him. Yeah.
Had a hand on his shoulder pad that time, and it made him slip and fall on that play.
They'll lose about 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 15. Dove, pressure, and he will go down for a sack.
I tell you what, give credit to, he didn't make it this time, Bobby Burbick, but he literally forced him to step up, and you had Champ Smith was there, and then also you had Javon Greer come flying up in there. So that's a big sack right there now.
Lose 5 on the play. Now it's going to be 3rd and 20 for the Lions, who are down by 21. Coming up, 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Dove trying to set up a screen underneath, and he hits the lineman in the back, and that should be a penalty, and it is.
It is. It's illegal touch of the ball.
Illegal touching on the offense.
So it's going to go 4th down and the penalty.
Well, that'll bring the punt unit out, I'm pretty sure, for Coach Aubrey. Not sure what the... You can't argue that. I mean, that's like it hit him square in the back.
Right smack in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, you lose 5 yards and you lose the down. So that'll bring the punt unit on for the Lions. And the Indians will send Amir Shabazz back deep to wait for the punt. Low snap, and the punt is away. Wow, he just sent that one soaring. Will take a big hop, and thankfully it hit one of the Lions.
Yeah.
Or it had taken a bigger bounce, and it'll be down around the 30-yard line of Vero Beach.
I tell you what, that was a no return because it was so high.
Oh, my
that
goodness.
Had about 5-second hang time on it.
Let's check in with Matt.
Hey, guys, from TC Palm, I'm looking at scores from the Treasure Coast. Fort Pierce Central is trailing for Palm Beach Central 38-0 right now. Treasure Coast is trailing Jupiter 24-0.
Interesting. Really thought the Jupiter Treasure Coast game might have been a little closer than that. As Mons looking to throw on first down. Instead, he's going to tuck and run. Flag is down as Champ to the 50, 45, 40, and out of bounds in Lion territory. Got a feeling this is coming back, and it is. It's a hold against Vero.
Well, I tell you, those silly penalties like that. Man, oh man, oh man. You lose 40, 50-yard run on a penalty for holding. That's about our third call, I believe, on holding, and maybe even 4.
So that's going to take away a nice big run by Champ Mons, who showed the speed with his feet. Puts us all the way back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 20. Play clock is at 3, and we haven't snapped yet, and we're going to have to take a timeout. Now here comes a flag.
Dead ball delay game offense.
Wow. Holy cow.
Ay, 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 ay.
8 penalties, 70 yards on the offense tonight in penalties. Mons fires, finds his receiver, and we'll get back almost to the original line of scrimmage as Xavier Stinson back in the ball game.
Yeah, that play before, either the coach and the player weren't on the same page because it took forever to get it play called and to get it out there.
2nd and 11. Mons, hands off, and stopped at the line of scrimmage. No, that won't be a tackle for a loss because he got back to the line of scrimmage. Momentum stopped.
Whoa.
Lanceford.
They're moving it back.
What?
What
No
about
way.
moment? Wait a minute.
Forward momentum was stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, that's a bad call. They allowed the defense to push him back when he stopped. Wow.
3rd and 17. Two minutes, 15 seconds, counting. Play clock's at 3. Set up another screen. Stinson trying to shake some tackles, and we'll get back to basically the original line of scrimmage, where it's going to be 4th down. So penalties really hurt that drive. You had a big-time run by Champ Mons, taken away because of a holding penalty, then a delay of game, and it was just too much to overcome on this drive, so you got to punt the ball away.
Yeah, that the holding calls have hurt us offensive naturally, but they have really hurt us tonight.
Wetmiller will get the punt away. Takes a bounce right around the 40-yard line of the Lions. So not much happening here in this second half so far. It has been punt, 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 and punt by both squads.
Yeah, it's not a typical Fighting Indians ball game right now. I mean, we've lost the run completely. We've had very few successful runs like we did in the first half. Our screen passes, they've made adjustments on that, and we just haven't been able to put first down after first down together.
Penalties.
I bet you we're up close to, we had 8 or 9 at one time.
We got to be at 100 yards now for just on the offensive side, I think. First down and 10. Lions from their own 40. Going to hand off. Caught in the backfield. It'll be a tackle for a loss. Wow, all the way back to the 35. 5-yard loss.
That's Rivers. Avion Rivers was the first one to get in there and make contact from his linebacker position.
2nd and 15 coming up for the Lions as we're inside a minute to go in this third quarter. It's 21-0. Indians on top. Trips to the right side for the Lions. Trying to set up a quick one, and it's caught at the 42-yard line, trying to turn it upfield. Stopped around the 44-yard line. Now it's going to make it 3rd and manageable for the Lions.
Yeah, again, you saw the sharpness of Dove's arm as he threw the ball. That ball was out there quick. He's had several throws out there, but they've not been catchable or they've been dropped.
10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll see if the Lions get this play off down to 5 seconds. They may let this clock roll out, and zeros. Indeed. Well, not a whole lot happening in this third quarter. It has been all a punt fest both Vero Beach and Lake Nona. But thanks to a first-half performance by the Fighting Indian offense, they lead 21-0. Fourth quarter action's coming up. This is Fighting Indians football.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating in Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Summers in Florida mean hot weather with lots of rain. Having gutters that work well is a must for most homes. Thanks to Able Gutter Services for their partnership. They provide premium products crafted to ensure customer satisfaction while protecting from water damage and maintaining structural integrity. Able Gutter Services in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Brevard County. Their number is 772-766-2554.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
Quarter, we're getting here. Round one, and it's a 3rd down and 6 for Lake Nona. Quick pass on the right side. Wow, what a play by TJ Alford and Amir Shabazz out there to stop the play that was intended for Cole Emmanuel. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Lions. Most likely going to go for it here.
Yeah, I don't think he got a yard on the play, but he gave it to him. I think TJ Alford and Shabazz said, hey, we're here, and they knocked him back. It brings up 4th and about 4 yards.
Paul, Gary, Matt, Derek, Don here tonight. Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. It is round 1 of the state playoffs. We're in Region 3 of Class 7A. 5th seed Lake Nona taking on 4th seed Vero Beach. And on 4th down and 4, Dove rolling out to his left. Going to try to fire downfield. He's got a receiver, and it's caught for the 1st down.
Yeah, that's buying yourself time. He had Alford coming after him, but he bought himself time with his legs, and as a receiver adjusted and came back to meet him, and that's what made that a 1st down. Good play by the Lions.
Picked up 10 on that completion. They're going to go hurry up. Quick pass right side, and it's dropped.
Well, there were 2 receivers right in the same line. And, one of them.
Yeah, Lindsey and Stokes over there.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, Emmanuel and Stokes over there.
And one of them stuck their hand up and didn't get it, and the other one, he was lost.
Second down and 10 for the Lions. They're down 21-0 to the Indians at the Vero 43. Dove looking to fire quickly, and again, he was looking for Emmanuel. It went out of his fingertips there. Vero had a shot at it, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Devin Green was over there to help make that play, and he was thinking he had a shot at an interception there.
Third and 10. Lions will send 2 receivers on both sides. Play action, keeper by Dove, and he runs right up the gut, and he's going to get a 1st down as he gets to the 30-yard line.
Great play, great play. Now, you got your 2nd and 3rd unit in there, and these guys have not seen the quickness of those plays.
And they're going to get Indians with too many men on the field. They tried to substitute.
Yeah.
Malik Allen going to be tackled for a big loss, but it doesn't matter. That was just pure chaos right there.
Yeah, and that was on us.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't send 5 guys out and they're hurrying up to the ball. It's not like in college or pros, you know how they give you, the guy gives
equal time, basically.
Equal time, yeah.
Yeah, if the offense subs, then the defense is allowed to sub.
A lot of penalties tonight.
It is. And I promise you, it won't make Coach Jankowski too happy at all. 1st and 5 at the 25. Dove thinking about running. Now fires. He's got a receiver in the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown.
That was a heck of a throw.
Suit Collazo.
Jacob Suit Collazo makes a great catch in the end zone. That's a great catch.
And that just gave the Lions a little bit of life here.
Plenty of time left in this game. I wasn't too sure that he wasn't over the line of scrimmage when he took off and ran.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was close. Lions get set for the extra point. Kick is up, and no problem there. All right, shutout is gone. It's 21-7. Vero still with the lead.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2024 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense action takes place December 6th for the rural class at the range at H.G. Moore Stadium, and December 11th through the 14th for classes 1A through 7A at Pit Bull Stadium at Florida International University in Miami. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website, FHSAA.com, for more information.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, for the Lions, all about 2.5 quarters, but they finally got on the board with a 25-yard reception by Collazo, and it's now 7-21, but Indians with the lead, and they tried to go onside kick, and good job by the hands team for Vero Beach to collect that one.
Ryan Hendrickson does a good job. Played wide receiver for us last year on the JV team as a freshman.
And it's one of the reasons why he's right there on that front line there for moments just like that. So it was 8 plays and 60 yards for the Lions. 25-yard reception from Dove to Collazo, and it's now 21-7 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I just don't feel like Vero has been in the second half right now. Not into the game or have not made enough plays.
Bond's going to hand off to Young. Young pushes ahead, and the surge will get him into Lion territory at the 49.
Yeah, you just can almost sense you want to play everybody, but we just haven't come up with those big plays like we did in the first half.
Nice 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 for the Indians. Trips to the left side. Handoff's going to go Young. And Gennard able to get another big burst, and he's got a first down as he gets around the 42, 41-yard line.
That's a good job blocking on the left side. Romeo did a good job. Vargas did a good job on that side. And you also had Corbin over there on that side.
That is a game day men's health first down for the Fighting Indians as they get to the 42-yard line. And let that clock continue to roll here as we hit 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Indians will send 3 receivers left side. Gennard cuts back to the right. He's got a couple of blocks, and Gennard will get it down close to the 30-yard line and another first down.
Boy, was he patient and did some in and out moves on that one. Left, right up. Then he gets explosion to get that first down.
That is a game day men's health first down. Ball at the 31.
Indians 1st and 10.
And the Indians again can let the clock roll as a play clock just at 20 seconds. Same formation for the Indians. Same play. Young gets it again. He's right up the gut. and same result as he's down near the 20.
And that looks like another first down. Good job by the middle. This offensive line is having some fun now. I mean, you're starting to see them have some fun up there. That's what you want to do. O'Shea Wright's in there. You got Corbin Phillips in there. You got Champ Smith in there. Romeo Vargas is in there. I mean, it's a good job. And Ben Hall.
That is a game day men's health first down. 9 carries, 75 yards for Jannard Young, and 1 touchdown so far on the evening. Play clock inside 5. Mons going to keep it, trying to get outside on the right side, and he will be thrown down in the backfield.
I have no idea what that play was. I know it wasn't designed for him to go to the right side. He just, a lot of pressure came off the right side. I don't know if that was going to be that screen pass again or whatever it may be, but he never was able to materialize anything. He lost about 6 yards on that play.
2nd and 16. Lanceford in the backfield now. Mons, he's looking to throw, steps up out of the pocket. He's going to try to run it. Mons to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, trying to dive for it, and he'll be out of bounds inside the 5.
I tell you what, when he makes his mind up to run, he is an outstanding runner. As good a thrower as he is, he's a great runner on that play. They're putting pressure on him, and he is now jumping to the outside and running.
Red Zone Alert brought to you by First and Goal Home Inspections.
And here's our boys, 1st and goal.
And it is 1st and goal at the 4. We'll break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left side. Young in the backfield.
What?
Now flag. And it'll be a false start against the Indian offense.
Oh, my goodness. How many times can you keep shooting yourself in the foot? I mean, that is just unbelievable.
9 offensive penalties on the evening, and this one puts us back to the 9-yard line for 1st and goal. Mons, hands off Young. Young trying to bounce out to the left side. Shakes off 1 tackle. Shakes off the 3rd, 2nd, but he's going to be hit all the way back to the 25-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line, where it's 2nd and goal.
You were 1st and goal
at the 4.
At the 4-yard line, and all of a sudden you've run 2 plays, you've lost penalty on 1, and then a loss on that one.
Twin receivers on either side. 2nd and goal at the 19. Mons looking to go for a screen underneath. Stinson looking for some blocks, gets caught from behind. Down at the 20-yard line, a yard loss.
Yeah, on that play right there, they tried to run that fake going one way and spin back and throw it to the screen. The problem was the block was there, but the play was late getting there. When I talk about where the defender then was able to beat his man, but the block originally was there in time.
3rd and goal at the 20. Now whistle and another penalty against the Indians.
Wow, that's 10 penalties.
So 3rd and goal from the 25. I'm almost hesitant to even say that because every time it goes the wrong direction.
We've been down inside the goal twice now.
Mons steps up in the pocket, and he will go down with a yard loss at the 26. Brings up 4th down. Do we try a field goal here?
I think Mons is tired. I think he called timeout. and talk about it because the quarterback is just
Yeah, well, let the play clock roll down. This will put you inside or pretty close to 4 minutes left in the ball game. Maybe call a timeout and then think about a field goal maybe?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's going to try to do it. He got 9 seconds left on this play clock.
Yeah, they're going to take the snap on 4th and goal. Mons firing, has a receiver. Bantoff could not get to the end zone. He's cut down at the 5-yard line, so that's turnover on downs. But what a catch.
What a catch.
Man,
what a scramble. And he took a hit on that play, too. But I tell you, good job by Banzaf to get over there to get the ball and to be open. But this offense is struggling right now with penalties.
So here's the good news out of all that, Gary, is that it took time off the clock. We're at 4:01, and you got your opponent pinned at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you're right. That's the positive. But the thing that you've got to be concerned about is the penalties. We got 10 penalties on offense in this game for 80 yards. I mean, that doesn't nothing against what the defense. I don't know how many penalties they've had. Well, because it seems like all we've been doing is throwing the flag on offense. I mean, offense this and offense that. And that's got to concern Coach because, you know, that part of that is mental sloppiness, and some of it is just, anticipation. Some of it's just trying to make something happen. Mm-hmm. The holding calls, you know.
All right, 1st down and 10 at the 5. Dove from the end zone. The pressure. He's trying to get out of the end zone. Fires downfield. Has a receiver, and it's caught down near the 40-yard line.
They're saying he's out of bounds.
And never mind. 2nd down and 10.
If I look at it back on instant replay, I almost thought he had a foot in, but
I did too.
He may have juggled the ball when he went out of bounds.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 5. 3:52 to go on the clock here. Clock stops on the incomplete. Dove, again, in the end zone, rolling out to his left. Looking. Now he's going to try to run to the 5 and out of bounds around the 7.
I tell you what, there was a terrible...
Oh, no.
They're going to, and the other call was they missed a holding call off on the right side over there. Bobby Burbick got held and pushed to pull to the ground. And then they call it a late hit. Well, there's, I better keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. I mean, again, the positives are we're leading 21-7. There's 3:44 to go. And the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Lions. Dove trying to set up a screen underneath.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the 30-yard line.
Holding now. Hey, he does call it against them. We're not the only one got called for holding.
You know, Gary, you sound like a homer.
Oh, I am a homer. I am. I don't mind telling everybody that. Hey, but I like to call. I call it what I see out there, and I don't. And some of these holding calls they've missed, and some of them they get, but they have gotten a ton of penalties on us.
Second and 14. High snap. Dove rolls out, fires downfield, looking for a receiver, and it's going to go well out of bounds. He was looking at Collazo. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 14. Clock stops at 3:24.
Well, this is definitely 2-down territory. I mean, they got to They got to think that if they can get a score here and kick an onside kick, then they got a shot.
But they got a hole right now called 3rd and 14 from their own 21. See if the Indian defense can bring in a big play here, big sack maybe. Fire across the middle. It's caught. Galazzo gets to midfield, and it is a first down for the Lions. And the Lions want to hurry up to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop to move the chains at 3:16. Well, now the clock's rolling, and they snap the ball. Dove rolls out to his right. Burbick on pursuit, and Dove has to throw it away out of bounds. Bobby Burbick with great pursuit.
Yeah, from one side to the other, too, coming.
Clock will stop at 3:06. Well, they didn't even wait for the chains to get set. They had that clock rolling. They went ahead and snapped the ball.
They did. I mean, it was amazing. Bobby Burbick is playing a fantastic game.
He
now
sure is.
He's on the left side of the line now.
Going to do a quick substitution here as Vargas going to check in. 2nd and 10. Dove thinking about running right up the middle. Now to the left side of the 38, 35-yard line and out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 2:59, and it's a first down. Picked up 14, and looks like Deuce is down.
He's got cramps.
Fighting Indians trying to keep this lead intact here at 21-7.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'm impressed with Dove. So much not passing, but his ability to run.
Well, we knew that coming in, Gary.
Yeah.
He was a runner.
Yeah.
It just seemed like in the first half he wasn't really running a whole lot. And maybe that was due to the Vero defense. But, yeah, I mean, to see him late in this ball game, what he's been able to accomplish it's been pretty impressive.
Now, this is when you play both ways, offense and defense. Somewhere you're going to have to there's a toll to pay, and it's taking his toll right now with Deuce Montgomery as he's got a cramp getting off the field.
Okay, we come back to the action. It's going to be 1st and 10.
But it's one of the first times we've seen that this season with him. So
yeah, I know. Usually,
first down and 10. Dove steps up, and he's getting pursued, trying to bring him down. He'll just go out of bounds as Vargas right there on his heels.
Yeah, that's a tackle for a loss and a sack for Vargas because he was trying to pass the ball.
Yep. .252 left in regulation here. The score is 21-7. Vero Beach leading over Lake Nona. The Lions have the ball at the 37-yard line where it is now 2nd and 13. They'll send 3 receivers right, a single to the left. Dove fires, has a receiver. It's caught, and it's close to the first down mark.
It's going to be short, I believe about 3 yards or so, guessing from where I'm looking.
About 2 yards. 3rd and 2. Lions quickly to the ball. Screen right side. And it will be a first down. Able to get to the first down marker is Emmanuel.
Actually, it's going to be 4th down.
Did they?
Yeah, that was Jackson that came up. Jackson Rahal made that tackle.
Okay, I can't. Yeah, the angle looked more like it was first down, but yeah, it's 4th and short. 2 minutes to go. Lions, surprised they huddled there. 4th and short. Could be the ball game.
Yes,
tackle in the backfield. Indians pushing off, and it will be a tackle for a loss. Turnover on downs. Indians are going to win this ball game.
That was a great job defensively on that team. Man, that was some great effort. Good guys up on that one side. I think Alford may have been in there, and I can't think. Rivers, I know, was flying around there. And that was just some great hitting. Good job. Bobby Burbick was also in on that play, I believe. They just took everybody.
You had Rivers in there. Champ Smith was in there. Those guys were just flying to the ball there.
Malachi Reed was also one of them in there.
Now, Nona's still got 3 timeouts here, 1:44, so the Indians will run this ball, see if they can get a first down as Lanceford off the right side will get to the 32-yard line. And Nona will take their first timeout.
Well, they got to. They can, if we only get 2 yards of carry here, they can stop. They get timeout, then we would have to punt, and then there's always a miracle. But you're right. If they get the first down, the game's over with.
So as we have been monitoring, we knew earlier that Palm Beach Central was well ahead of Fort Pierce Central, 38-0. We'll take a quick peek here at the scores, and it has gone final as Palm Beach Central has won the ball game 38-0 over Fort Pierce Central. So winner of this ball game will face Palm Beach Central. If Vero can hold on here, they will travel to West Palm next week. Handoff. Maybe about a yard gain there. Brings up third down, and it will be timeout for Lake Nona, number 2.
Well, that's what they're doing here is basically is, hey, look, we may get the ball back if they don't get a first down here, and they'd have to punt Vero, and anything could happen. We could run it, return it on a touchdown. We could, throw a Hail Mary if we got a chance, and there's too many things. But right now, Vero's needs a timeout. They got 1 timeout left.
So Vero's looking at a 3rd down and 7.
And I don't think, unless you got a wide open receiver here, because that would be like giving them another timeout if you throw it, it's incomplete.
Yeah.
First down, and then it's history.
Lanceford in the backfield. Tight formation for the Indians. Keeper by Mons. Champ trying to get around to the outside. Pushing his way. He's got the first down.
That'll do it, because now they got just 1 timeout left, 1 minute and 22 seconds. They'll run a play. They'll call timeout, and they'll run the next play. And after that they'll have 40. It's 40 seconds and 25. So there's this is good. This is good because we're in good shape here now. Just don't turn the ball over.
Yes.
Don't turn the ball over.
No kidding. First down and 10. That is a game day men's health first down for the Indians.
Got 82 seconds left to go in this game.
Mons, keeper, right side to the 46-yard line, and Nona will take its last timeout. So the Fighting Indians look to keep their season alive here, as Lake Nona will take its final timeout here with 1:16 remaining on the clock. And Vero Beach has a 21-7 lead here in the fourth quarter. Vero Beach will look to move on to round 2. And it will be facing Palm Beach Central, the Broncos, a team that we saw, what was that, Gary, 3 years ago, I believe?
Maurice Smith was our quarterback, I believe. Then it poured down rain.
Yeah.
We were windy, and we had the tent. Oh, boy, we don't have a spot up in the press box. I remember I had one corner.
Yeah, you were the anchor of that show.
Yeah. Holding that thing down so we wouldn't get soaking wet.
So 2nd down and 8. And Vero can just take a knee here as Mons will line up from the gun, take that first knee. And they'll reset the game clock or the play clock here. And it basically will be one more knee.
That's it.
And that'll be it. So Vero Beach is going to improve now to 7-3 on the season. And a chance to move on to round 2 of the State Series playoffs and face Palm Beach Central down in Wellington. And Mons will take the one more knee, and that will do it, folks. What a night it's been for a Fighting Indians fan and players and coaching staff as they win and move on in the State Series with a 21-7 victory over Lake Nona. The 4th seed moves on. The 5th seed season comes to an end. We've got the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show coming up. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Saenz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Well, welcome back here. It's the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. Paul and Gary as Vero Beach gets its win, 21-7 over Lake Nona. So the 4th seed advances. 5th seed season comes to an end. And it was really, in truth, it was all Vero Beach. But Lake Nona fought hard at the end there. They got that one score, and they were really trying to see if they could make one kind of last-ditch comeback. But in the end, the defense held its ground.
Hey, give Coach Aubrey, he's came in from a team that had been 2 losing seasons, has turned them around, got them a chance to be in the playoffs, the district champs. And I'll tell you what, they didn't quit the second half.
No.
They fought hard the second half. Even though they were down 21-0, They really fought hard. My congratulations to the Lions of Lake Nona because they played with class and they played hard and they their performance was not to win. They didn't win this game with what they have, but the problem I'm proud. What I would say if I was their coach, I'd be proud of the effort.
All right. Well, it was a fine effort by our defense tonight for sure. Thought they were going to pitch the shutout, but instead they only gave up 7 points. And Matt is standing by with our defensive coordinator, Coach Mata. Matt,
just got to get ready.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Coach, Coach, off the air, you know what he told me? He goes, guys, well, why don't you ever come down to me? And I'm like, no, we're here right now, Coach. You look at your guys, 21-7, first round. That's a good win, Coach.
It's an awesome win. You win in the playoffs in the state of Florida and at the highest level. It's a huge win.
We watched a lot of film. We were prepared for these guys. They're a good team. We thought they had a great package. Our boys answered the bell. We played good up front. We didn't do anything fancy, just played football, blocked and tackled, and real proud of what they did.
Certainly did. You had a dual-threat quarterback. We saw what he could do. He could throw it real well. But, man, your ends, your whole front, you were saying that earlier, that that front really played well tonight.
Yeah, they did. They did exactly what we asked them to do. We played in our regular over package. We contained pass rush. We had a couple breakdowns on the inside rush lanes where the quarterback pulled it down. But that's a great athlete. You know, you heard us a little bit with his feet. He could have had a great ability to extend plays and get outside the pocket. But, you know, we held up in coverage real well. Our whole coverage scheme, Coach Rahal had a great plan. So, you know, everything came together. Coach Bethel had those guys, and we worked all week on just playing straight. And, you know, I refrained from all my blitzes that I like to do. And, you know, we had success.
Coach, the outside, your cornerbacks did a great job tonight. They started trying to throw the screens, a little short passes, but the guys were breaking on the ball really quick. They were reading it well tonight.
Yeah, they did a real good job. That's you know, that was our coverage package. We played a little more cover 2 than we normally do. We got out of a little cover 3, so the corners could play hard on the edges and break up their quick game. You know, they came out in the second half. They did a real nice job with the adjustments in their RPO game, sprinkled it around a little bit quickly, and that loosened us up inside, so opened up a couple runs for them. But, you know, overall, you know, we bend and didn't break.
That's right. Coach, special teams tonight, we were seeing some of our stars like TJ Offord running down, making tackles inside the 20. Pretty special.
It's amazing, you know. You drive home that there's so many kids that think special teams is a playoff. Any great team has great athletes on special teams. I mean, it's truly as big a part of the game as offense and defense. You know, you can lose a game a lot quicker, a close game a lot quicker on special teams than you can on the other two, offense and defense. And TJ answers the bell. He embraces it. He gives us great effort. You know, we've had a couple breakdowns on the punt blocking, which will get fixed. And, you know, luckily we didn't get one blocked.
That's right. Coach, switching sides to the offense, how about number 7 for you guys? Champ Mons, your quarterback, freshman, just putting the game on his shoulders, and he's taking it.
You know, my biggest thing about Champ is the guy's just a character kid. You know, unquestionably, you can see how great he is on the field. No, that requires no explanation. But I wish people could see him off the field, in the locker room, around his teammates. He makes everybody better around him just by his actions, just by his attitude. He's coachable. He brings everything he has to the table every time, not just when people are watching under the lights, but in practice and everywhere. That's the kind of guy you want.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, it looks like we're going to be taking on Palm Beach Central. They beat Fort Pierce Central tonight. Anything we know about them right off the rip?
The only thing I've heard is that they have great athletes. I have no idea what kind of package they're running, but I'm sure it'll be some type of variation of spread, RPO stuff that's trending right now, and, you know, we'll be ready for it.
Coach, how long will you celebrate tonight before you start watching film?
As soon as the film's up, I'll be watching it.
That's what I thought. Coach, congratulations on a win tonight, and appreciate you.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
All right, back to you guys.
I love it. Coach Bill Mata, you know he's going to be watching it in about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah. As soon as the film is up, I'm watching it. Yeah. Ian Lenny.
So, all right, well, let's head back down to the field where we've got our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. We turn it over to Derek West.
No surprise here, coming down here with our defensive player of the game, Bobby Burbick. Bobby, we talked a little bit before the game about how important it is for our defensive ends to play well tonight against a fantastic player in Michael Dove. Talk about how you have to prepare for a player like that.
Yes, sir. First, I want to say all glory to God and thank you, Jesus Christ. You know, that guy was really fast, and when we saw him on film, we really just had to key in and make sure he doesn't get outside the pocket and really lock down our job.
Absolutely. So how important is a win like this in terms of everything that you want to accomplish? We talked this morning about the great reset, and the playoffs are an opportunity for a great reset. It looks like we're going to be playing a formidable team next week in Palm Beach Central. What do you have to do to get ready for them?
I think it's just relentless, dedication and prep. You know, beating this team really gives us an advantage and steam ahead to go throughout the playoffs and hopefully get a state championship.
Absolutely. How does playing kind of defense and being able to get stops like we were able to get stops, particularly in the first half, how does that help the total team chemistry?
I think it helps us a lot. It gives us a lot of confidence, and like it just brings us together, and it really brings us as like one man on 11-man team.
Absolutely. Well, I want you to go and you celebrate tonight. Enjoy the win tonight. Congratulations on your fine play. All right, absolutely. Down here with our Scott Sporting Good offensive player of the game, and he probably didn't expect this when I got him into the line. But I said, Ben, come and see me after, and you were like, wow, you talking to the right person. But Ben, congratulations. Talk about the offensive line's play tonight. I really thought we had a couple of drives there where we ran it down their throat.
Yes, sir. I feel like we had a great first half. Like you said, we ran the ball right down their throat constantly. I think we had a drive where it was like 9 straight run plays, like the same 2 plays, and just scored a touchdown off that. And that's great momentum builder whenever we're able to do that, And we had some mistakes in the second half. We definitely need to get that cleaned up for next week. But in a game of this caliber, a win's a win,
Absolutely. You talk about mistakes. What do you have to do to clean some of those things up? Because I think tonight was kind of a mixed bag. We had some great things, and then we had some things we can kind of improve. What do we have to do to get better?
Yeah, so we had a lot of, penalties that shouldn't, like that we could have controlled, we got holding calls. That's definitely on us. They were our fault. And, it's just discipline, really. We just got to trust our technique and, trust Coach Jay's game plan, and we'll be all right.
Absolutely. I thought their defense had a lot to do with that, too. That was a pretty good defense that you played. How do you prepare for a defense that was fast as that, particularly on the edges?
Yeah, they're great players. I don't think there's anybody better than our tackles, though. But we prepare week in, week out. We do pass protection in practice, and we just grind it, and the results are there.
Absolutely. What do we have to do to get ready for Palm Beach Central next week?
It's a long road ahead, but, it's just week 0. That's how you got to come into this. And we're going to prepare day by day, for whatever they have to offer.
Absolutely. Well, go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations on your play tonight. All right. Absolutely. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot. So we had Bobby Burbick and Ben Hall, our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. We'll come back with more of the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Fighting Indians football, where they rise above the rest. We thank PDK Roofing, a committed team that strives to do the same. A Christian family that says no job is too big or small for any residential and commercial roofing need. PDK Roofing is licensed and insured, and they stay up to date with what the insurance companies require. PDK Roofing, 772-528-0113.
It's the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris as Vero Beach got its win tonight in round 1 of the state playoffs. 21-7 over Lake Nona. Let's take a look at the Durfee's Heating and Cooling final stats for tonight. Lake Nona finishes with a total of 172 yards. They only scored 7 points on the night. They had 9 first downs, 8 penalties on the night for the Lions, with 128 yards through the air, 45 yards on the ground. For all intents and purposes, really, the defense really did a fantastic job against the Lions. For Vero Beach, they finished with a total of 330 yards of offense with 21 points. Through the air tonight, it was 16 of 19 for Champ Mons for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, 135 yards on the ground tonight. Lanceford 7 for 34. Mons had 14 for 44, and Young had 11 for 66 and a touchdown. Stinson on the night had 8 for 115 and a touchdown. Boy, you know, that was kind of a quiet night for Stinson. I know he had some big bursts there, but for all intents and purposes, I wouldn't have guessed 115 yards for him tonight. Then you had Lansford had 2 for 33 and a touchdown. Banzoff had 2 for 23, and Jacobs had 2 for 5. E.J. White also had 2 for 18 yards. We're really hoping that E.J. will be better. He sat out a good portion of this game nursing a leg injury, so hopefully he will be back. But probably the telling sign tonight, Gary. Actually, before I get to the bad news, I'll finish on the good news. 18 first downs tonight for the Fighting Indians. The bad news, 13 penalties, and 10 of those were offense. Yeah,
unbelievable. And the thing Coach Jay will tell us Tuesday, not acceptable. I mean, we got to do better than that. We had a great first half. We came out, probably should have scored another touchdown in that because of penalties in the first half. We lost a touchdown, so we should have been up 28, but we weren't. We're 21, and again, it was like what Matt said. When he came out for the second half, Coach did not want us to rest on this. We've got to start like at 0-0 and go back out there. And we just didn't play this. The offense just didn't look the same as it did in the first half.
All right, so we get to put this one to bed real quick because now it's back on to the next opponent, and it will be Palm Beach Central that we know now. They beat Fort Pierce Central 38-0. They're the top seed in the bracket, and they're there for a reason.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, what we beat them 35 or 36-0. So I mean, it's we matched the scores almost down there. So but this is a team that it was 9-1 and they won their district down there, and they're the top ranked team in our region. So we've got to travel, and it's going to be a tough game. You heard what Bill Mata said to Matt was that they're a team full of stars. They got all these guys have got these 3-star, 4-star type athletes down there, and so they're going to be.
We got them too.
Well, we got a couple of them. You're right. So we're to me, I think it's going to be a great game, an exciting game, but we can't have the penalties we had tonight.
You know what, Gary? I know. This was a mark on us for tonight, but overall, we really have not had that type of situation, especially on offense. We haven't had those type of penalties.
No, and I'm not saying that a lot of them weren't.
Anyway.
Well, I'm not saying a lot of them weren't. They were the right calls. So I'm not saying.
No.
I'm just saying that's a lot of penalties.
It is. I'm just saying that's been a rarity for us.
Yes,
it really,
absolutely.
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, that will be addressed, obviously. I mean, coaches aren't going to let that slide.
No.
And even, you listen to the players now. You listen to Ben, and Ben Hall talked about it. I mean, there's a self-accountability there. They're already policing themselves going, yeah, we can't do this.
Yeah, that young man's smart, too. He understands the game. He did a good job being back at center. It's good to have him back the last few weeks, and you can see the play there. It's pretty good. So, but it's a win.
It is.
We'll take it.
It is. Well, definitely. I mean, there's plenty of teams that won't be
half of them
16 that are going, boy, I'd love to be able to still be playing next week.
Exactly right.
It is what it is, and Vero Beach gets the opportunity to go for another win next week against Palm Beach Central. So we're not sure yet if it will be a 7 o'clock or 7:30 start time. That has to be determined by the schools. The state now allows that. If both schools agree, then they'll figure out what the starting time is. So we'll try to keep you updated on that. Hopefully by Tuesday night at Coach's Corner, we'll know about that. So maybe you want to tune in or just join us there at Cap's Pizza for Coach's Corner at 6 p.m. All right, well, it's been a pleasure as always. I want to run down, Stephen, before we get to the music. I want to just kind of go through this list because I want to thank the crew that really makes this operation work. I want to thank our field engineer, that's Stephen Tipton, who's my son. I'm proud to have him here helping us out here tonight. Jacqueline Tipton, my daughter, who's also working back at the studio. But I also want to thank our video guys, starting with Jay Kendall, Brian Lewis, Miller West, Philip Florian. Those guys really really did a good job tonight. Appreciate your efforts here tonight. But we got to thank our producer, or executive producer, that is John Hamilton. Our statistician is Don Dexter. The interviews were done by Bobby Paris, Derek West, and Matt Paris down on the field. And, of course, Gary Paris with me up here in the booth. Next week, we are traveling to Wellington to take on the Broncos of Palm Beach Central. We look forward to having you join us as we do each and every Friday night. Remember this, good night, God bless, and go Indians. See you later.